Sarah, what have you done?
Kerrigan, the die is cast. This is the last day. Your swarm darkens the sky of any planet.
Forget Minsk. Forget all of it.
When we are done here, I will return to my people and accept their judgment.
Command, we've found Kerrigan. She's holed up in a Zerg base.
I made my peace long ago.
Consider it done. For ire. Indeed.
All right. We are here with
hey.
FSL, and we have Hyper Turtle, our main caster and host. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right for Friday night. Work's over. Time for some fun in the Fun Star League. And we've got a nice variety coming up tonight. Let me see what we got. We're planning to do a 2v2 match between Frieden and Revenant Rage against my Minnesota buddies, War Bunnies and Greenpire. On code B, our younger, less experienced players, we have Kitty Cat Gamer taking on Chi and Pone. On code S, Lucky Larry will be taking on Gray. And then on top of that, we got a couple other S+ matches that we have replays for. Harus versus Veils, and UKJ Freedom versus Dark Menace, if it comes to that. So we have a full night ahead of us if everyone's ready to come along for the ride. And let's see what we got. I think our younger competitors are ready to go. They are ready for their Code B matches. I'm going to be bringing them right in the chat. We have with us Shin Pone and Kitty Cat Gamer. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey. So I guess the typical thing to ask is, how's school treating you? That bad, huh?
Should I get my camera ready?
Yeah, we're gonna get everyone on camera and on the headset.
Okay. Well, we do have Kitty Cat on.
We have Kitty Cat Gamer on camera and on mic. How you doing? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Sorry, I was fixing my volume. I'm doing okay.
Okay. Yeah, good volume equals good games. I just got a brand new headset. I'm using it for work and for gaming. A lot more comfortable than the stuff they send you if you're working from home with the metal bands that dig into your scalp. Male pattern baldness may be something you never have to deal with, thankfully.
Yeah.
So.
Kitty Cat, I have a question for you. Did you talk with Cyan in preparing for tonight's match? Did you do some scouting? Do you have any ideas? Because Phone is pretty famous for a few things.
We talked a little bit about like what I'm gonna do.
Cool.
Okay. And while we're waiting for Chianpone, did we want to just bring the map selection up for a moment?
Yeah, let's do that.
We are going to be starting with Altitude, moving on to Royal Blood, and then the slightly wackier map, Neo Humanity.
Yep.
Kitty Cat, how familiar are you with the differences between these maps? Do you have any preferences yourself?
Um, I haven't really played on the maps, but um, I do kind of like the more smaller maps.
Hmm.
But yeah, I haven't really played on them.
Okay, fair enough. I know you've at least done a couple 1v1 matches already this season. And Chienpone, are you on headset with us?
Yes.
And
Okay.
he's on camera now too.
Oh, okay. Well, there's the man, the myth, the legend, the Chienpone. How are you doing today?
Good.
Hmm? You've been scouting your opponent? I know you and Kitty Cat have faced each other before, right?
I have not been scouting her at all. I haven't
Okay.
played in like weeks, but who knows?
Yeah, this is a pretty interesting time, whether you're a kid or a parent, trying to balance school with the really important stuff like StarCraft. So I'm curious how things are going to work out. We were also just kind of going over. Did you put a lot of thought into the map picks, or are you going with the ones that just fit
Well,
your aesthetic taste?
because I haven't played in a long time, I don't really know any of the maps.
Got it.
Because there's been a lot of new map changes. So I haven't really seen any of the new maps.
Okay, fair enough. Well, are we about ready to go? I'm going to start inviting people to party.
Well, good luck to both of you. We'll see you on the other side.
Absolutely.
Good luck.
Have fun. All
So
right.
what do you think, man? Who's gonna win here?
I think it's going to be interesting. I think Kitty Cat has been putting a lot more, I think, preparations in overall. Yeah, she's got all that work at home. Her brother and her father play.
Yeah.
Granted, I mean, not that isn't the case with Chi and Pone, but I think there's been a little bit more, room for them to work on this together since Cyan's been playing himself. So that's what I'm leaning towards. A lot of this is going to have to do with exactly how they handle the game, and that goes with who takes the offensive first and how much they focus on making sure to balance the macro and the micro. You know,
Yeah,
they're
it's
young.
Code B. They've
Everyone's going to
gotten
start
better.
somewhere. Oh, they definitely have. All right. So they both say they're ready, so let's get right to it. Always, I'd like to say it takes me back, except I was about 20 when the original StarCraft came out, so.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's 20-something years ago, or 20 years ago. When did it come out?
It came out 25 years ago, the
Oh
original
wow, yeah.
StarCraft.
The original one.
1998.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away. Alright, we are on altitude with its snow and its destructible watchtowers. Alright, what do we have here? We have, in the upper right, the purple Zerg. She is
Kitty Cat Gamer.
Hold on. We have a. Let's pause a little bit. Looks like it's not showing
Sure.
the intro on the screen. Let's pause that for a second.
Okay.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
do that, and let me just make sure that this works.
I think you're referee, actually. You'll have to pause.
Yeah, I can't pause.
Huh.
So I think one of you or okay. Let's do the intro again. I think this works now. Go ahead.
Okay. Purple Zerg, and her name is.
There you go. We're good.
Gamer.
Excellent. And then, in the lower left,
Oh.
the red Protoss player, he is
So he went Protoss. I thought it was Terran for a second.
He does a little of both.
Yeah.
I think with his Protoss, he tends to... Yeah, he is trying his hand at Cannon Russian. I would say Cannon Russian's one of those things that it's easier to execute than it is to defend, especially as you're still learning what to do about it. There's
I
a
don't
real
know.
art to reacting without overreacting, but yeah,
She doesn't
it's
know what
okay.
to do.
A
on
cannon
this, I
finally,
think.
a cannon does go down. However, that cannon is not it. The creep is going to keep it from actually reaching the hatchery. So, yeah, I think Kitty Cat is making the right decision going after the probe first. Now, the low ground hatchery, that's the one that's actually in danger. However, this cannon also can potentially stop units from making their way down the ramp, and it is too late. She has to get those drones out of there. That's it's the harsh lesson of the reality of cannon Russian.
Yeah, I don't think she's ever dealt with Cannon Rush. Cyan never really taught her because she obviously
Oh
didn't
man.
do anything on there when she had plenty of notice, right? So,
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely seen cannon rushes before, not to mention seeing Cyan be cannon rushed. But it's one of those things where you have to fall to cannons a few times before you actually learn what to do against them. Now, her base is safe to cannons, but Chienpon is being very wise here. He's also added a gateway. So he can bring in, well, yeah, I guess once the gateway completes, that's the only gateway, a proxy gateway.
yeah,
But
I don't
once
think she
complete,
knows, man.
yeah, she's getting those Zerglings. The Zerglings are getting lured in. That's a tricky thing. If those cannons hit something, by default, the AI will try to go on the offensive. So you actually have to hold position
Oh,
them,
there it is. Yep.
which I don't think she knows yet. And now he's also going to have the occasional zealot descend in there and then fall back to the cannons. Roach Warren, that is wise. I hope she knows to make Ravagers.
You know, she's right here and making the roaches, but she had like 12, maybe 8 to 12 lings at the bottom. It could have killed that
Yeah, she had an
cannon down there.
opportunity. And yeah, this is just one of those things. All the way back to the original StarCraft 2, cannon rushing was always a thing, and it's something you gotta kind of learn about. And there's no fun way to learn about it. It's all rough.
Yeah, even if she
So
doesn't handle it here, man, she does have the timeout the next game. I'm sure.
she does. She's
she'll
getting
get-
Overlord speed. I don't think that's going to be particularly helpful just yet.
Yeah, she'll get help from Cyan on how to deal with this.
Oh yeah.
So it won't work the second time.
Yeah, and Chienpo knows what to do here. He knows first sign of of any threat to the Zealots, just move him right back within range of the cannons. That's all he has to do now. Now he has not expanded. He's only 2 workers ahead, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Kitty Cat doesn't know that. Those roaches, they can do something. There's some real technique to it. You gotta take advantage of hold position. You gotta be ready to move things back as soon as you do drop those vials.
Oh yeah, she is
You do
great
not want
at
to let
vials.
damage.
If
Yep.
she gets there, but
Yep.
she only has 1 gas, man.
Yeah, and only 1 worker on that gas. Is that a... Okay, the cybernetics core is back there. That's another cannon there. And of course, this can just kind of gradually snowball. He has not been doing any macroing at home. Everything you see over here at Kitty Cat's base is what he has.
Yep.
But I think more and more that's going to be enough. Cannons, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this is Code B, guys. So they're still learning how to deal with these things. Even the Cannon Rush,
Yep.
Cannon Rusher can do better with Cannon Rushing too. So
Exactly. And I mean, last season I remember them both even kind of learning a little bit more about defensive structures that were being used for defense.
yep.
One of the big for one thing, she can get the gas. Ravagers do a lot better for this. Another thing is you want to try to focus on the cannon that's furthest from the rest of them. That one on the right, she can focus on it without taking hits, although not once the next couple cannons complete.
Ooh, shield batteries though.
Right
That's
now,
gonna make it hard.
Yeah, she doesn't have a game plan here. Chien
Nah.
Pone has taken it very simply,
Yep.
but she just hasn't really made a move.
Yeah, she's never done this before. So I think
No.
Hyper Turtle, if we go back to the beginning, she did not pull workers. So I think when Cyan talks to her, all the simplest explanation to deal with this is once you see a cannon rush coming, one probe or two per one drone or two per probe, chase it around. And then when you see cannons,
she
four.
did have 2 against one of the probes.
Yeah, it was a little
We'll
late,
grant
but
her
she has
that.
to do it right
Yeah.
away. And so this is gonna do it.
And yeah, there's just not enough here. Not enough firepower. Chien Pone even having the Manor Nexus over on the low ground. He is ready to just survive off her resources. And we have Chien Pone getting the win.
Yep. So, like I said, right, the simplest way to deal with that is once you get cannon rush, 2 drones per probe, and then when you see a cannon coming up, 4 drones attacking it.
You don't
and
want to
that's the
overdo
simplest
it,
way. Yeah, that's the simplest
but
way
you
to
want
do
to
it.
eliminate it.
That's the
And
simplest way to do
big
it.
thing is, you take out that probe, that means less cannons.
Yes.
Until another one can come across. Next map is going to be on Royal Blood.
She could also go pool first, you know? If she goes pool
That's true.
first, that'll be much easier.
I mean, the old Zerglin rush is even older strategy than the cannon rush is. But yeah, just having more things there. Also, I mean, one last thing, she didn't make a queen. The queen would have helped, as long as she'd paid very close attention to where it was.
Yeah, there's a lot of things she can do, but she's not gonna know all of these things. So
nope,
it's the simplest. Yep.
You gotta get stung before you realize how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Believe this time Chien Pone's going to be sticking with Terran. Or random. Let's see. All right. Kitty Cat is ready to go. We are going to hit this up.
Yeah, someone was asking about this FSL tournament. Is it open to the
Yep.
public?
It is open to the public. We got to finish up this season before we do the next one, though. Definitely look into that.
Yep. Here you go, guys. Game 2.
And once again, yeah, these are the this is our young blood. These are people who are still getting the hang of things. Here we go for map 2. In the lower left, we have again the purple Zerg, and her name is
Kitty Cat Gamer.
And her opponent, up 1 map, this time playing as Terran, he is
Chien Pone.
Now, I believe he actually chose random, so I think he's kind of throwing caution to the wind a little bit, but he has been known to switch between Terran and Protoss. I think usually when he goes Protoss, he goes for cheese.
Ooh, I love this.
Terran,
She
he
went
will do the occasional Reaper Rush.
Look, man. She went pool gas first. I love this. When you're playing Chien Pone, that's the best way to do it.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was Cyan's suggestion. And sure enough, he is looking to try to get the early advantage here with a proxy barracks. Looks like there's going to be a second one on the way too.
Brilliant. Easy, simple instruction so you don't get cheesed.
Exactly. It's like if your opponent, nullifies that defender's advantage, just get more of that advantage. Be ready for it. Already be making units. And there are already 6 Zerglians that are on the way.
Mm-hmm. And if she gets speed, boom.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she can defend them. She can go after those barracks if she finds them.
I love
Looks
this,
like
man.
she's going to be going on the offensive. So this might be a very, very early base trade here.
I think.
However, she can create more units at home.
Yeah, exactly.
His barracks out and about.
Yep, exactly. Especially if she makes a queen. That's even enough for defense.
Yeah, queen can do very well. And I gotta remember to ask Chien Pone what the trick is for putting your decal and your spray on top of each other like that. Because I thought you could only choose one or the other.
Huh. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know how that
Protoss
works.
on Terran there. Oh, and she
Ooh,
is
beautiful
already
micro.
doing damage.
Yeah, this is
Yep,
good micro.
he does manage. He does manage to lock 2 of the Zerglings out, but not the rest of them.
Oh, this is a critical damage, man.
Critical damage, and Chienpon is going to have to decide whether he wants to send his Reapers home to defend or hit her. I would say defense is probably better, because like you said, she gets a queen out. Yeah, and there's that queen.
Oh, she's in great shape in this one. This is good revenge for her.
She is in good shape. Now, repairing, he can repair all he wants. That's going to cost money, though. And those SCVs are also... Oh, look at this around there. Yep, that Reaper...
Look, oh, you
the
can
Reaper
see
did
him.
get a nice little bit of insult to the injury with that grenade, but they are straight back chewing on those supply depots.
Yep, and you see her.
Now
You
back-
see, you know, he had a reaction on camera after that Reaper got killed.
That's right. Cheddar versus Cheddar here. Now he back at her base. He is seeing if he can get something done with a couple of Reapers.
Oh, it's a couple of
Or
Marines.
actually. That goes after. I think she's got the Zerglings rallied.
Yes, she
but
does.
still, the Queen can handle 2 Marines.
Exactly.
Now those
And-
Zerglings still.
That's a lot of money, man.
Chewing.
Oh, she's gonna go
Well.
home. Oh no, no need. There's 2.
Yeah, I think she should be keeping the pressure on.
Yeah,
oh,
and
I guess
that's
he
gonna
doesn't even
do it.
have to.
Yeah, nice
We
job.
have a tie game: Zergling Rush versus Cannon Rush, the classic headaches of the whole StarCraft franchise going against each other.
Yep, and you know, you want to go cheese. Zerg might be better at cheese. If you really want to do cheese versus cheese, and right?
Better
What
than
do you
Terran,
think?
definitely.
Yeah, against
I
Terran.
would
Against
say.
Protoss, it's gonna be tougher, but
It depends, and we are going on to the decider match here. We are going on to Neo Humanity, kind of a weird map, collapsible rocks, slow zone in the middle, walls kind of blocking the expansion with very tiny amounts of gold minerals.
yeah.
Doesn't sound like either of them have really taken a close look at this, so they will probably be handling this more or less how they handle any map.
Yeah, both of them are kind of getting coaching from their camps, and
Oh, absolutely. We
yeah,
have two families that are very closely associated with Psystorm here.
Yep. This is
And closely associated with FSL. Both families have multiple FSL competitors, so
That's right.
very much a family affair. Chienpon in the chat says, well, Zerg time, LOL. Oh, it looks like he has decided to go ahead and do Zerg this one, so he will be doing 1 map as each race.
Yeah, that's actually cool. Well, as soon as you move yourself, you can choose his race.
Yep, we do allow people to choose their races or choose random.
No, I mean
So
on on the maps.
Still,
Yep.
Still sticking with red though. He's definitely a good color for him.
Yeah, Hyper Turtle. I'm seeing you as the player on this, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, here I have to.
Yeah. So maybe that he's not. He hasn't.
I have
actually.
to shift.
There it is. Okay, let's see if he does select it. Okay, he is. Awesome. There you go. ZVZ, boys and girls.
All right, and we are ready. So this is going to be interesting. If they do try for rushes, they're going to have to deal with that very strange ravine with the slow zone, the destructible rocks, and the collapsible rocks.
Here we go, guys. Game 3.
Absolutely. We have ourselves a series right now. An interesting observation. Chinpo did not lose any units during that match? That's not right. Oh well. In the lower right, tying this series up, we have ourselves a purple Zerg, and her name is
Kitty Cat Gamer.
And her opponent. In the upper left, this time playing as a red Zerg, we have
Chienpon.
Matheson noting that a lot of Zerglings were created in a row. That's how the rush works. Oh, and Chienpon, both of them have early pools going.
Oh, he's gonna do the spine rush.
Oh, he is going all out here. And once again, she's going to have to deal with this in a similar fashion to how you deal with the cannon rush, just without the probe to chase around.
Yeah, she needs to fight it. She needs to fight. She can't just watch it
Right.
while it's building. She has to fight.
And just to clarify to everyone, Zerg can build on each other's creep. Creep is not considered to be owned by one player or another, although the creep tumors are.
But you know, she does have pool fast this time, so
Just a little bit earlier than him. And
she-
those yeah, they are visible.
oh,
right
she's
there.
fighting it.
Oh,
Beautiful.
she's and very, very smart by him. He's putting them up against the wall to make them hard to surround.
Yep.
Probably wants to just focus on one. Oh, only 2 of the 3 drones are attacking right now.
She does have
but
links
she
coming
does,
out, so
Yeah, she does have lings, as does Chienpone, so
oh
it's
yeah.
depend. You really want to focus things down in this game whenever possible, and especially when it comes to defensive structures. So
Yeah, Champone, nice cancel there.
he knows the stuff there.
Yeah.
He canceled before it got destroyed, and then just repositioned it to keep them busy.
Yep, advanced.
Those
level
drones
here.
aren't doing anything right now of hers. If she wanted to, she could even make her own spine colors right now.
She has speed coming, man.
Yeah,
And
and
she's
she
going to
has a
roach.
little supply advantage. Yep, roaches do really well against Zerglings and against Banelands, but you got to wait for them to come out.
Oh man.
She is going to want to turn these around,
Ooh.
or keep
Or
them,
not.
or not. I don't know. She's got some at home. Neither of them have queens, I believe.
She's gonna need to micro, and she's not micro. She's sending home the others because she needs to.
Yeah, that's going to cost her some time. Also, good idea. These drones can just circle around the hatchery until the cavalry comes.
Yep.
And then when the cavalry does come, they can turn around and join the fight.
Yeah. And once the
Chienpone
speed.
does go for an expansion. That's interesting. After his last 2 games, his rushes were a bit more dedicated. He didn't build a Nexus in the first game until he put one in Kitty Cat Gamers expansion. So
Yeah,
definite lead from her, and I'd say Kitty Cat Gamers also a lot more comfortable as Zerg. She plays it a lot more frequently.
She's
And here comes the retaliation.
Yeah, she's got speed, and she got Roach Warren coming to reinforce. She absolutely has to kill this hatchery, though.
Yes, indeed.
Or
the hatchery not only can grant an economic advantage, but production advantage. Yep.
She's fast, man. Look how fast her lings are.
Yes, indeed.
Oh man.
She does have ling speed. You can tell by the little insect wings. Oh, and look at Chienpone. I don't know. He's stacking his drones, but
yeah, he knows how to do it.
He does know how to do it, but he was doing it when there wasn't anything attacking them.
Yeah,
when they do that, they could all attack at once from the same spot. Well,
Queen.
still are getting each other's way. Just the queen.
I'm impressed with these kids, man. They really know what to do, you know. But there is one roach.
It's a family affair here, like I said. Okay, and she has to make sure she's focusing on the same stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Chienpone's not mining, so that's the problem.
Exactly, and that queen's gonna go down. There's nothing helping it out. Back home. Oh, well, I guess it does kind of escape, but
there's more lings.
Back home. Looked like Kitty Cat was going. Yeah, she has a lair, so it's gonna be interesting to see what she does with that. Is she gonna go for roach speed, or is she just playing for the long game here?
Okay, she backs off. She doesn't have
She
a
backs
base.
off. She's got more production going. They're close to each other when it comes to workers.
Yeah.
And close as far as army too.
Yeah, Chienpone just doesn't have the tech nor the gas to do the tech, and he's doing that
I,
now. So.
I don't think he had a backup plan for after the Ling Rush.
Yep.
And that's one of the things, and one of the sacrifices you make if you're trying to jump between races a bit. Sometimes you can't dive quite as deep into learning the different tiers of them, so to speak.
Oh, did you notice this? She saw that she has too much gas, so she took off 2 drones off the gas. So she has that
classic
foresight.
Zerg.
Yeah, she knows. That's good. This is great to see. These 2 players, they're young, but they're knowledgeable.
Yeah, you can tell they've been watching matches. They know some tricks, you know. Granted, they're focusing very much on the early game, but I mean, at this level, actually any level, if you don't know the early game, how are you supposed to get to the middle and late game?
Yeah. So she's gonna get settled. She is teching too much. She's getting all this stuff, but she forgot her queen.
Oh yeah.
But at least
that is,
she got her hatchery.
Overtacking is it's something I'm guilty of many a time.
Yep. We're
And
all guilty of
Zerglians
that.
also are probably the easiest race to forget about getting your workers saturated, because sometimes you don't keep in mind that, every time you make a building, you lose a worker.
Yeah, Chainpone has a monster lead on workers. Look at that, man. So,
And queens. And
yeah.
he is making use of those queens. He's injecting repeatedly.
Okay, Ravagers, man. That'll help her use up the gas.
Yeah, it's always been a thing we've been watching. Kitty Cat Gamer just loves the challenge of dropping a bile on a flying unit. Granted, overlords are not the best when it comes to getting out of the way of something.
Oh, he's gonna lose one.
He is going to lose one. He is supply blocked. And he's got a lot of Zerglings in production. And a Banelin nest. That's going to be interesting. Not going to work very well against roaches, but if he just goes straight for the workers.
Yeah, and she's making some workers, but mostly army units, which is roaches are perfect for that.
Yeah, roaches can take a lot of abuse, and they do not suffer from the bonus damage that Banelins supply against light units.
She's getting the overlord speed. I don't think she knows what that is. She just kind of makes it anyway.
I think she sees that it's available, yes.
Yeah. But she is getting roach speed, which is huge.
Yeah. It's going to be very interesting once the armies collide. She has a very slight army lead, and her army also, a lot more of her army supply is on offensive units, not just queens.
Yep. Okay, she scouts.
Few fastlings, take a little peek, and then run for it. Not a bad idea. Chienpone, meanwhile, moving himself up to Lyrtech.
Yep. As long as she doesn't get carried away with all this scouting, she needs to make stuff.
Right now, we got 33 lings on Chienpone's side, 13 lings, 6 roaches, and 2 ravagers on Kitty Cat Gamer's side.
And she's
This
getting
could be interesting.
Beautiful.
Right.
Hydroden is great.
Yeah,
Assuming
very complimentary. The Hydras can't take as much abuse, but they tend to just stay back and add to all the damage.
Yeah, Champone sees it too. Without
Yeah, he's
Overlord.
been really good keeping his overlords present there, even after she's tried to drive him away.
And he's getting his own Hydroden.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we have that one transport overlord there, which I think she made by accident. I don't think she's planning to do an overlord drop.
She has speed. She could.
She could. I just, doesn't seem like that's what she's setting up for, though.
Chimpo making a
Now,
lot
granted,
of drones,
Baneley,
man.
yeah, roaches and mineral lines are very beautiful things. They're hard to get rid of, especially if they take advantage of those minerals to limit how much they're exposed. So yeah, Code B, a lot of the time, sometimes there's rushes, but oftentimes we do reach a point where both players are just leaving each other alone and focusing entirely on just building up. Both of them are just on 2 hatch right now, or 2 base anyways. Okay. And Kitty Cat likes her speed and range upgrades. Neither of them have got evolution chambers yet, so we won't be seeing any attacker armor, and Chienpone does take a 3rd.
Yep. She's still behind on the worker count, but her army is better.
Yeah, I mean, Chienpone's been keeping an eye on what's going on in Kitty Cat's base, but it would really benefit her to take another little peek and see how the armies compare to each other. Her army compared to his has a lot more damage.
Yeah, the first 2 games were pretty over quickly, right? And this one,
Right.
we thought it was going to end pretty fast, and look at it now.
Yeah.
We're just getting started.
Kind of rush, counter rush, and then just 2 of them very carefully building up.
Yeah.
Being very cautious. Whoever wins this match wins the series.
Oh, look at that. She spots the changeling. She's paying attention. A lot of us don't even spot that.
Bad.
I don't even spot that sometimes.
No, it can be... it can be very easy to just focus so much on your own stuff. You don't notice there's something moving that you didn't order to move. Another thing is just, you try to group select it, it won't select. You try to click on it and give it a command, that won't happen. So
Yeah.
there's different ways to go about it, but one of the best ways is just keep an eye out for anything that looks like your unit, but you didn't give a command to.
Yep. So she probably should get us a third base soon or attack. But she's the
Right.
type that she'll probably wait till she has a big army. Or
Oh
as I
no,
say that,
I don't know.
she's moving.
I think
Ooh!
look at these armies meeting. I think a lot of these Zerglings are going to die for nothing right now.
Yeah.
And look at the Kitty Cat Zerglings were already dead before the Banelings even reached the fight.
Okay.
So hopefully she knows that that's a pretty good engagement and that she can probably push this advantage. She does stop in front of the slow zone, but she keeps moving. She
Yeah.
smells blood, and she is going to get it.
As long as she goes together, Chien Pon though has a lot of hydras and these two spines. So
Keeping her units together.
let's see this exchange. If she's together,
Yeah.
she's
Oh,
favored.
yeah. Look at that. The Zerglings do end up rushing ahead. I mean, they get some stuff done, but the real benefit of Zerglings isn't just the damage; it's absorbing hits that were supposed to be meant for the ranged units. Oh, a little bit of right click in there. She does move forward. This is a nice position. Biles are going down.
Look at the Biles.
Gradually,
That's some advanced level Biles there.
Oh, I think so. She's got over double the army supply. I think this is over. I think her army.
And Chien Pon's not making anything.
Right, she was in danger of him getting way too far ahead in economy. She intercepted his army with a superior one.
And there's a lot
she
more.
Is going to take this.
Yeah. So Chien Pon's rush didn't work, but it stabilized here. But he got caught with not enough units. But there's a lot of Lings coming out. But he's attacking.
That there is.
Ooh, he might clean up, man.
Yeah. I think he is going to drive for a way.
Okay,
she still does have. And it's interesting. We shifted around. Now Chien Pon has the bigger army, and she has the bigger economy.
Yes, let's see how she holds this, because
that slow zone, you can't retreat through that.
Let's see, man. There's a lot of Lings.
Right, a lot of Lings. She's only got a couple roaches, and I don't.
Oh, it's a snowball effect.
Really. Do not have enough to use transfuse.
Okay, and there's some Hydras. Oh man, this is a
that
reversal.
Might be the finishing touch, and I think I might have called it way too early there.
You know, Chien Pon had a lot of larvae, and so he was able to.
He did, and that's the beauty of having more hatcheries than your opponents.
I think if she made mostly roaches, she might have held that, or
at
least spend her larvae better.
All right, yeah, she's down to.
Yeah, she's done.
She's down to 12, 9, 8 supply. Yeah, this is over.
Reversal.
A few Lings coming in, but they do not last long. And right now, they're just funneling in and they're dying immediately. Lear goes down. He is going to finish off another hatchery. We have a series. Chien Pon takes it 2-1.
Yeah, it's puzzling. She's probably puzzled right now. She's like, what happened there? And what it was she didn't have anything on the counter.
Right.
You know, so anyway, we can go chit-chat with
Let's bring them in. All right, we had ourselves a very aggressive series. Rushes going on every time. The third match, the rushes did not end the game. You two went to the long run and clashed heavily on both sides of the map. How you feeling?
I'm feeling very good about that comeback. I seriously thought I had lost.
Yep. You had a lot of larvae. You did great you did great injecting larvae with those queens. You had more hatcheries, so you were able to just hang on long enough. So congratulations there. We've been pointing out both of you were using some actually fairly advanced strategies. The spine rush, the canceling when things were about to be destroyed. Some good focusing on overlords. And yeah, definitely some gamblings in there. Sometimes it paid off, sometimes it didn't. Chien Pon, one question. I noticed that you were like laying down a decal spray and then your regular spray on top of it. What's the trick for doing that?
Well, I think it's if you lay down if you just use the classic sprays, then like and you're playing as say you use the Protoss spray like I use the Protoss spray because I made Protoss, but I was playing as Terran, so it laid down both sprays at the same time. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, it's probably some weird little trick with the used decal as spray deal, because that was the Raiders spray in one of them.
Yeah.
Also, how comfortable you're feeling with all the different races? I noticed you gave it one shot as each.
Well, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with just, and I think especially Terran I'm doing best on. And actually, I'm sad. It's sad to say, but I think I'm doing worst on Protoss.
Yeah, well, I know you play a lot of Terran, so there's definitely that. Kitty Cats. I'm very curious. You dealt with some very different forms of aggression. The second game, the aggression didn't really hit you because you hit him first. I'd like to know some of the things that you and Cyan were discussing. Obviously, he was definitely advising you to go early spawning pool, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Fight cheese with cheese. And I mean, although you definitely struggled with the how to react to the cannon rush, but that spine crawler rush, you were on top of it right away.
Yeah, why don't
Was
you tell us
there?
about it? Yeah, tell us about your thought process there. That'll get the.
Well, I saw all of his 3 drones, and then they were like circled up together, like they were discussing something.
The secrets that drones tell.
That's the Zerg
And-
Cabal.
And
Right
like,
there.
Gotta be planning something, right? And so I took some of my drones over, and then he started placing stuff, and I knew that they had to be those things that just like attack or whatever. And I started building a bunch of Zerglings, and those destroyed it. And then I was like, wait, how is he building more? And then I realized that he kept canceling it, and so I just went for his drones every time he'd cancel it.
It's not a bad strategy. Not at all. All right.
All right. I want to ask, do you want to give a shout out, Chinpone? Because it seems like you had a guest behind you to our stream anyway.
Oh well, my dad was sitting back to the camera on his phone, and and Fenrir was sitting back randomly just saying.
Cool. So
things.
shout out to them for supporting you on it and the nice comeback. And Kitty Cat, nice job. You played really well actually, and it's puzzling probably. It's like, how did I lose that on the counter? So you'll probably have to watch and talk to your dad and watch the replay. But it was close. The games could have gone either way, except for game 1.
Okay.
So good
All
job,
right,
guys.
sounds good.
We'll see you guys later.
All
Okay.
right.
Thanks for having
Have
me.
a good one.
All right.
So it does not look like we've got a full set. Frieden and Revenant Rage are ready for their 2v2 match, but War Bunnies and Green Empire doesn't look like War Bunnies is home just yet, but he's on his way,
we
according
can
to
move on to the
message sent me.
next. Yeah, we have other matches that we can show, right?
Let's see.
Lucky Larry and Gray. When is that happening?
Oh, well, let's check on that.
And if not, you do have 2 replays you can cast. So
Beautiful, beautiful replays. Waiting for.
So while you're doing that, we're gonna replay the intro that we do have.
Yep.
So
Sure.
We'll be right back.
Sarah, what have you done?
Kerrigan, the die is cast. This is the last day. Your swarm darkens the sky of any planet.
Forget Minsk. Forget all of it.
When we are done here, I will return to my people and accept their judgment.
We've found Kerrigan. She's holed up in a Zerg base.
I made my peace long ago.
Consider it done. For ire. Indeed.
Okay, we're back here with Hyper Turtle and myself.
Alright.
And
So we've heard from Lucky Larry, but not from Gray yet. So I say we watch ourselves a replay that was done for a match that was scheduled for tonight.
All right, let's
Just
do
some
it.
little scheduling conflicts. So this is going to be Harus versus Vales. They are our Code S Plus players, and they will be doing their first map on Dragon Scales.
All right, cool. So yeah, this is a replay. Just to be clear, guys.
Indeed. But it is a replay that neither of us have seen yet. Let's also make that clear. We do not know who won or how many matches it went for. And here we are. In the upper right, we have the Red Terran, and he is
Vales.
and his opponent. In the lower right, we have a blue Protoss, and he is called
Harus.
Now, these players are both on different time zones than you or me. Interestingly enough, though, even though they're pretty far away from each other, they're still in the same time zone. Vales hailing from England, or Great Britain anyway, and Harus hailing from Algeria. So we are way east here.
Yeah, it's weird that they're in the same time zone given they're in different continents.
Yep. You know, that's the thing. It's all about east-west. If you're north-south, you're all good. So, standard openings right now. Harus electing to block off the Reaper jump point, or a potential one anyway.
Yeah, so this, guys, this is a little bit higher level. This is the Code S, so this is 2 spots higher. Not
Right.
just a little
These
bit,
are...
I guess quite a bit.
Yeah, a few leagues up. These guys both know what they're doing very much. You know, a lot of things just come down to how much time they've got available to practice. Oh, man, look at that. Look at Harus repeatedly blocking that reactor. Granted, he loses the probe for it. But meanwhile, over on the other side of the map, Vales, playing a little bit of his own games, putting a partially completed engineering bay at the expansion, forcing Harus to take his third as his second. So both of them doing whatever they can just to throw each other off.
Oh, look at that. Haru says there's no time zone in Africa.
Oh.
What? Okay, someone needs to explain that. I don't know what that means. Does that mean they're all in the same time? I mean, there is a time zone, right?
I'm pretty sure that it's all Greenwich Mean Time. I forget what they call it, but there's stuff they match up with. I don't know, something for me to do some homework about, actually.
Yeah.
Either way, it's the same time for both of them, and they were both a little bit relieved about that. They could set their own match time. Yeah, I don't know. according to Wikipedia, there's 6 different time zones in Africa. So
Yeah, maybe he
I don't
doesn't
know.
know what time zone means, but
We
they are in
might
the
just
same
mean
time
different
area.
things.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I think he might have meant that there isn't like a server region in Africa. The engineering bay does get canceled, and Harus is moving out already with a couple of stalkers that will soon be soon have an oracle probably swinging up behind. So doing a classic 1-2 attack from different areas. He does manage to prevent the bunker from completing. And that oracle is probably heading towards the mineral lines.
Wow, look at that. Bales is taking this seriously.
Yeah, here comes. Oh yes. Well, I don't think he can be sure whether there's a proxy pylon with many more stalkers on the way. However, yeah, one thing he did do was he moved the SCVs a lot closer to where this oracle was flying in. So Harus is hitting with some really chaotic.
You know, he could have killed a
and
lot more, but he's like microing there, oddly.
Gets the revelation off on his way out just to take a little peek. And right now, Harus has a pretty significant supply lead. Vales has more army supply now. But despite having to adjust where he put his first Nexus down, he has quite a worker lead. And here comes that Oracle again. I've been practicing my observer hotkeys. One of my big ones is just using other people's cameras so I don't have to drag the mouse around as much. But yeah, there is not a BattleNet server anywhere in Africa, and honestly, they've cut down on the regions too. They've consolidated them anyway.
Are you following the main camera? Because I'm showing some important things here.
Let me see. Oh yes, phoenixes. Lots and lots of phoenixes. So Harus is very much working to keep Vales occupied. And this Oracle is not going anywhere. Ooh, Marines coming in. Oh boy, Harus is very good at making sure that the Oracle is has an escape route. Observer heading over. Now here's one of the deals, though. Well, there's quite a bit of firepower on the side of Vales. This is a lot of Marines and Marauders.
Yeah, these Phoenixes need to be in close helping proximity.
He's going to have to make use of them very quickly.
Oh, he loses
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Shield
man.
battery goes out of there. Oracle's coming in. Anything in here can be taken out very quickly by this many Marines.
Yeah, he was just
Phoenixes.
too far from his army, and so he loses the shield battery.
Right. The air support wasn't in range. He does have a Colossus almost ready to come out, but he's going to have to be very careful with it.
Yep. He already lost 21 workers. That's the big problem, and his main army.
Right, that's one of the things. I mean, granted, he's got all his bases pretty well saturated, but he had a lot of workers out on that third already, whereas Vales has not taken the third yet. A couple medevacs are going to be joining them in a moment.
Yeah, he just got caught off guard by this move out. He didn't see it. His observer didn't see it.
Absolutely. A lot of DPS all hitting at once when the air and ground units weren't together, and he's going to have to be very mindful about where everything is positioned. There's a battery there, but it might not be enough right now.
And there's the
overcharge.
Oh, that will help.
Yep, an overcharge combined with a good Colossus. He did a great job making sure that Colossus wasn't somewhere where it could be eliminated completely. We have a gateway explosion going down. Harus is going to make sure that he can rapidly reinforce his army with those warp ins.
Yep.
Twilight Council on one side. Vales adds the armory and has a siege tank producing.
Ooh.
Anytime. Yeah, there's the thing. They can stim and they can jump on that Colossus, and that might tilt things completely in Vale's favor now.
Well,
He
yeah.
does have another Colossus coming down, but look at these workers. Look at them getting annihilated one after another.
He got caught off guard with this, so
Right.
and then it's
I
uphill
think Vale's
battle.
made a very good call. He was on his back foot, and he decided that instead of just laying back there and repeatedly trying to stop those oracles and those other units from causing trouble, that it was time to just go for it.
Yeah,
And it
this
was
is
the right
tough,
call.
man. Because I played Protoss on this side where I feel really good, and I've lost to these surprise attacks. So what I do is I either put a probe or some pylons around, so that I don't get caught off guard. But he didn't get a chance to do that.
There was even an observer on its way over there. I mean, it's still
It just
right
went
here.
the wrong way. It just went to the
Right.
left side, and the army went on the right side.
Right
so he missed it.
idea. It just took the wrong path and wasn't able to get that heads up. If he had, he might have even just completely evacuated that base.
Yep.
Here we go. Supplies kind of running away for Vales, who is getting ready to fly a command center over to his third.
Yeah, and he's actually just gonna go bunch of liberators, which is gonna be a problem for Protoss.
Yeah, that's interesting because that's kind of getting ready to hit Horus with what he was going with, some nice air harassment, or just having some air defenses in the background.
Yeah, Harus made all those phoenixes from one Stargate. But okay, here we go. He's got to control this if he has a chance.
And look at, I think he's definitely going to take some medevacs out early, but he is going to have to get this Colossus back. He's going to have to get to high ground. He does not get there in time. The stim goes down. The infantry is all over him.
Yep, I think this game is over.
I
it's
think
probably
so.
over.
Whenever
yeah.
Double supply in favor of Vales.
Yeah. And one single robotics, which means you can only produce one AoE unit at a time here. 2 disruptors.
Right, and with the Liberator and the siege tank to back these up, that's going to be a lot of control of wherever they're fighting. Oh. Here we go. He's got the battery. He's got the high ground.
Ooh, he let him out.
Very nice force fields, but you got that siege tank that was within range for a bunch of that.
Yeah, he didn't shoot that, so now he's going to be continuously shelled.
Yeah, I mean, very good control, but Vale's position, I think, just overwhelmed
2
it.
liberators squeezing in.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of workers going down.
These singular force fields don't really do anything, does it?
Not so much going down as being driven into the same mineral line, but yes. And it's always cute, because when you're taking on the AI, a lot of the time the AI will just kind of put down one force field, just kind of because it can. And look at this. Every time he steps forward.
Oh, beautiful
little explosion, though.
He needs like 5 more of those to be back in the game.
Yeah, he needs to keep them. He needs to keep them coming, and there's a long cooldown between them.
Yeah, and that's
oh, look at that. There's the Liberators. Vale's just doing an amazing job positionally, and that got him the game. That surprise attack. And those wonderful positional plays, the Liberators and the Siege Tech.
Yeah, replay 1.
That was replay 1, and we can move on to replay 2, which is going to be on Royal Blood. On Neo-Humanity, Zerg's plashed amidst chaos, Vale's outplayed Horus. Is that another poem? I don't know. You know Matheson better than I do.
Alright, game 2, guys.
Game 2 indeed. And in the lower left, we have the Red Terran. He is up 1 map. He is
Vales.
And his opponent, in the upper right, the blue Protoss he is called.
Harus.
Got them open up more or less the same. I'm going to put a structure in the way of the Reaper jump points. Those little flashing arrows, making absolutely sure that you know exactly where the Reaper entrance is. And now they're both bringing their workers out to do some scouting. I'm curious whether, once again, like last game, they're both going to try to get some blocking of structures going down. It's advanced tactics, not just trying to time it right, but also making sure that you don't forget to keep your own economy going back at home while you're doing that.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna be able to do it easily here, because he's
Yep.
here in time, unless he
That
goes up.
probe kind of
And nice move by Harus
around,
going
yeah.
around, but he needs to lay it. Oh no, he's gonna go.
Here we go at home.
somewhere
Oh, he can mineral walk out of this if he thinks. Yep, there we go. I don't think he mineral walked. I think he just squeezed out, but still, he does manage to get the probe out this time.
Oh, look at the Harus.
STB.
Look at Harus, man.
Yep, Vale's just kind of.
He's gonna do the
STB hang out.
classic. And
Oh,
just take
look
the
at
gold.
he is going to take an early gold, not because the natural was being blocked, just because he could, and that can give him a nice early lead. Now Vales is going to have to think about this a little bit. Look at this. Look at the mind games here. Who is acting like he's being prevented from taking that main. He very correctly predicted that there'd be another attempt to block, and he's just playing along. Right now, Vales does not know that he already was planning to create his nexus elsewhere.
Yeah, and because he hid the probe, and then Vales knows there was a probe on the map earlier, and he sees the same probe come back because he sees the hit points, right? It got hit, so he's like, oh,
true
okay,
enough.
it's the same guy. And so
Oh, man.
Vales is pretty good.
Next level.
And he
All right,
cancels.
and we have early Twilight Council.
Yeah, okay, so I think I know what this is. He's gonna be doing a ton of charge slots with all the mineral
I was
income.
just thinking, gold minerals, there aren't more minerals in each of those patches, but you can carry more of them at a time. And what benefits from minerals? An all zealot army.
Yeah, if he had only sent the stalker down to harass, he would have probably been there to delay this command center.
Right. He kept up some of the facade. Vales knows that the engineering bay is canceled. He does not know whether or not something's built where it was before.
Yeah, look at the recall, man. Perfect.
Oh, and we're actually going blink, so I don't. Maybe it
Oh.
isn't.
Okay.
Maybe it isn't charge lots. Maybe it's going to be a bunch of
Yeah.
stalkers just blinking up the Reaper steps.
Yep, because he's got the gas too, the third gas on the gold, so
Right.
that makes sense.
Now he's got a pylon over by the Nexus, and a Nexus powers up a pylon just like a gateway does. So he can do the fast warp-ins there. He might still want to make a pylon that's even closer, though, and I think that's exactly what he's about to do.
Alright, man.
So
This
far-
Blink Stalker harass is gonna hit a lot harder due to the gold.
Oh, yes. He's going to have a lot of minerals to work with. He has 3 assimilators that he's mining from fully.
Yeah, it's plenty
The
of gas.
gold base here, aside from not having I don't think it has as many mineral patches, but also it only has 1 geyser in this case.
Yeah.
Stem is about a quarter of the way done.
Vales is looking for an oracle, and it's not. It's gonna be the
Yeah.
hard-hitting ton of Blink Stalkers.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think they're going to try to jump up the ledge. I think they're just going to go straight forward. There is no warp prism or any flying unit or even a hallucination available, so I
Yeah,
think they're
good
just
point.
going to plow right through that bunker.
Yeah, good point. Although Harus is getting a forge, I wonder if this is just in case there's a mine drop that he can't detect. Or
Yeah, it
something.
might be to put a cannon or 2 back home in case there's a counterattack. Or it might just be for the long haul. Who knows?
For upgrades. He has plenty of gas.
He does have plenty of gas and
He's
plenty
taking
of
the second
minerals.
gold, guys. This is just like classic.
This greed, this level of greed on royal blood. which is all about the gold aesthetic. And we are on the move here. Look at that bunker going down almost instantly.
Yeah. At this point, this is all spending, and he's getting charge and +1, so that's what he got the forge for.
Right.
He's not worried about a counter. He's not worried about mines. He knows that Vales likes, the 3 racks, 4 racks, and here 5 racks. Yeah. So this is perfect for him.
And I like that. Here's a high ground bunker in case they do blink up.
Yeah,
Bunker is going down left and right. Bunkers can be repaired. He does not have the medevacs yet to actually heal Marauders and Marines.
Look how much power
very intimidating.
They're shooting at
they
the
can
same
one-shot
time.
stuff.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, yes. And also, a lot of room for them to escape. Stim goes down, but that's going to be a lot of health. It can't be recovered until the medevacs get out.
That's the second gold is done. Let's see if he recalls again to get more.
And gold. There be gold in these here maps.
Okay, here we go. There's a lot of stalkers here.
Oh, a lot. lot of SCVs in that base down there too.
Oh, he's just rallying this now.
Yeah,
okay,
they're
cool.
very quick to repair.
Charge is done. This is a great build for Harus, especially knowing that, Vales likes to do this.
I'm liking it, and do an excellent job, repeatedly taking the front line stalkers to the back every time their shields are hurt. But we do have a siege tank here. That's going to help a lot.
Harus has
However,
charge, man.
yeah,
he
if he draws them away...
Own. Oh, here's the charge that I was saying.
There's a lot... Oh, and look at that. +1 damage. Almost done for Harus.
Might as well wait, but he's going to go... Okay, it finishes during that time. I think it's done. He could have just...
It does.
Yeah. This is hard to lose now for Harus.
That's interesting, though. Even despite all of this, there is a supply advantage for Vales. However, Harus doesn't need as many workers because a bunch of them are mining gold, and he does have the supply advantage for army.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do
Plus
now? I mean, he's got a good defense, Vales does, and this might be a good opportunity since he's got medevacs, maybe to just drop them somewhere.
I think he's scared of getting caught with a drop. Like, you have blink stalkers. He doesn't know
True.
if there's. He doesn't know if there's.
Blink
observers.
stalkers can catch up with a medevac.
Yep, he doesn't know if there's observers there. Basically, if you boost out and you get caught, it's game over, right? Because you lost that huge army. So
it's quite a gamble, yes.
So I think
and your opponent's gonna know that's a possibility. And look, +2 of ground attack, about halfway done for Harus.
So Harus is getting a fort base.
Interesting.
I'd love him to transition to get a storm, which is right up the alley for this tank.
This is this is a good contain, but it can be very easy to get tunnel visioned and just focus on your opponent's side of the map without teching up. I don't think that's going to be a risk. We have a High Templar archives down. And there we go.
Oh, I don't like this control here for Harus.
Quite a bit of tank damage he got lured into.
The good news is he didn't back up to reveal the gateway on the left side.
True enough. Yeah. Vales does not know where these guys are coming from.
Templar Archives. I think Harus is listening to us, man. How did he know to do that? I'm just kidding. In the past.
Is he a time traveler?
No.
If there's no time zones in Africa, maybe this is actually happening as we speak back there.
Oh, he's gonna
pull
lose
in the boys.
Oh shoot!
He's gonna go all out here.
Oh no, he's gonna lose the storm, guys. This is super expensive. He does not go home.
Oh
okay.
Yeah,
lucky for him.
They do get the opportunity. Yeah,
lucky
they fall back. They get recalled.
Oh my gosh!
I don't think the High Templar has suffered any damage at all.
Yeah, you would have
lost. Vales ready
to
take that base.
Okay.
And I think that's wonderful foresight, making sure that he's ready. Already got that command center to fly out once he does break the contain a little.
You can't see it. You can't see the gateway. Can't see the command
he
center.
Sees something. He saw the warp in there just momentarily.
But not Vales.
And now he definitely sees this army. Planetary Fortress only just starting up.
Oh, the devastating
SCVs
storm!
There are storms left, storms right, storms everywhere. Blinking ahead.
Yeah, that's
and he got that siege tank back there, but
Yeah, now
Yep,
they're
they
open.
blink right on. They can take the siege tech one at a time.
Yep. Vale's last-ditch effort trying to make
And the
this into a
tidal wave
planetary,
proceeds.
but you know, I think there's enough damage done here.
Right. Archon's punching that planetary fortress.
And Vale's will still have to start over to
Haru's
build up enough.
had the big game plan,
Yeah, that's a beautiful game for
and
Harus.
it paid off. Yep. Did a wonderful job choosing the right moments to tuck up there. Meanwhile, one of the golds is almost mined out, but he's got more than one of those.
And he's +3 is, you know, almost there. He's gonna scan and say, what is going on?
Yeah, about 2/3 of the way to the +3 upgrade. So these Archons and these Zealots and Stalkers are just going to create more and more of a punch every time they do it.
Hey, you know, he scanned and he didn't see a third base. So he's probably thinking, you know, I'm still in this game. He's a two-base guy. That might be what he's thinking
I mean,
here.
granted, one of the bases is almost completely mined out, but that's still 3 bases, and one of which has really fast mining going on.
Yeah.
Here we go. No storms anymore. So
Ooh, he's gonna kill that command center and get out of here.
Orbital goes right down, and Harus just backs off afterwards. More boys being pulled, more boys getting slaughtered.
No storm yet, so he can't storm.
He
and
did some
lost it.
storms at the third, but then he combined everything into Archons after that.
Yeah, no, he had a one Templar there. It had 69 energy, so, but the surround here should end it.
Okay, I see.
There it is. What a nice game for Harus.
GGWP. Good game, well played, and we are tied up.
Wow, that was a good game, man, for Harus.
That was definitely a map he had a game plan in mind for. He did not pick that one by chance. All right, we are going on to game 3, which will be on Dresden.
All right, I don't know who's gonna win this, but they both look strong.
Right, here we go.
If Vales wins this, he's once again one of the favorites to go to the deep in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, he tends to take the lead and keep it when it comes to these exercises. And speaking of, in the lower right, we have a red Terran who just said, "GLHF, my silly bad scout." He is
Veils.
I do it a lot on this map. In the upper left, we have the blue Protoss tying things up. He is
Harus.
Tell the whole FSL. Telling it. We are telling it. And that
Wow.
is one of the things, you know, even in something like FSL, you are revealing the builds for anyone who does their homework ahead of time.
That's right, because we have VODs. Every game will be broadcasted, so you can do your research. So it's kind of like GSL.
Right? We keep them on YouTube. It is just with more of an F than a G. Time to change plans, I guess. But yeah, if you're saving a build, you want to use it against someone who gives you the most threats, especially someone who's up one map.
Yep.
Got the read all wrong. Yeah, that was the brilliant thing. You know, he kind of did him even into putting that engineering bay down to block the Nexus. So he wouldn't be confused about the fact there wasn't one yet. And here we go. Coming over to tickle the SCV. Another SCV comes in with a tickle of his own.
This time, no block for Harus.
Nope. Nope. We have the usual Nexus building up. Terran, meanwhile, starting on one gas, expanding.
And Vale's here with a...
And look at, there's one of those probes just sitting there. It's one of the things I like to do sometimes, just kind of leave it there for a little bit.
Yeah, there's a minor thing here.
See if anything walks past it.
Vales actually just went for the add-on on the barracks and just now making units. Very
Hmm?
risky to do that if the Protoss is likely to be aggressive.
Yeah, he's taking his time a bit with the army. I mean, in this case, he made a guess.
And once again, Vales, man, with the 3 racks.
Hmm. Factory coming up. One adept out, one on the way, so he's probably going to take a look at his opponent's base with them. We'll also see if they can get anything done. Robo is the tech path he's choosing. Yeah, much more standard start here. Both of them more or less letting the other just kind of get the initial structure started.
Yeah, I don't know how Madison knows this is high-level gameplay. Maybe he guessed properly.
You know, maybe that's just something people say a lot, so Matheson says it too.
Yeah, I wish he'd say that. High-level gameplay for all these. Okay, here's the
All right,
depths.
once again, we have a bunker prevented. They're gonna shade right out again. And Vale splits the Marines off. Takes a little bit more damage on one of them. But neither of them hurting too bad after that.
An observer and the robotics bay. So I expect him to make Colossus this time. He'll be much more ready than before. Remember when there was a Raxus pushed and killed him? He didn't go the Phoenix route.
Yeah.
And he sees it with these adepts. Actually, I would have gone in. But he takes the safe one, which is the outside. And it's good harassment for Harus.
Indeed. Keeping his opponent occupied once again. He does a great job with these contains, and he really doesn't miss much of a beat back home while he's doing it.
Yeah, so
Still macroing up.
yeah, Hyper Turtle. I play Protoss at a Masters level, and Harus here looks pretty good. It's almost and even Vales, right? They seem to be playing at a Masters level, although these two Code S players are most definitively Diamond level, right? So I wonder they're really close to being Masters based off of this, right? They just
It's within reach.
yeah,
definitely.
they're probably just missing something small, maybe some macro thing or some mid game thing. We don't know, but they look really good.
I don't think I could last long against either of them, no.
What's that?
I am very solid platinum. I don't think I'd
Yeah.
last very long playing against either one of them.
Yeah, I'm curious how they play against the top players. Although Harus faced Neutrophil, so Vales hasn't this season yet, but I know he's eager for revenge. Look at this. Third racks. I mean, third command center. They're humming
Command
along.
center, adept, still. I'm what?
They're humming along, and Vales has no idea Colossus is the tech choice.
Yeah, I'm sure he takes that into account. He definitely saw one the first game. A couple of them, actually.
Yeah, but he didn't see the Phoenix,
But
and the last game it was very different, so who knows what he's thinking. He saw a lot of Storm, right?
Absolutely. I'd say if you're playing Terran against Protoss, you're probably going to assume that they're going to try to do some sort of AoE, but
no, they have
what
to,
kind?
Oh,
yeah,
here
what
goes.
kind? That's where the question lies.
Oh, he's gonna run away.
And a Colossus you counter in a very different way than Disruptor or High Templar. Oh, and look at that. Look at those depths going down.
Yeah.
Of course, this time, Chris very much knows this is coming. He's got everything on high ground next to a shield battery.
And he's got 2 Colossus. So he's not
Vales,
ready.
Vales thinks better of it. Although,
and he has
just
an
proven up,
observer
or
right
maybe
on
he
top.
noticed the observer.
These two observers are like, you are not catching me off guard like the last game, buddy.
Nothing to guess about here. He sees everything.
Here's the boost. The scan doesn't see
Goes on the high ground.
the Colossus, but these
Oh,
big shots.
All right, goes down the high ground. Only one of the tanks sieged so far. Everything's sieged now, so he's going to want to lay back again. Observer does go down finally.
Harus has a lot of money, so he probably just needs quite a bit more gateways. And
Yeah.
Vales is in a little bit of a pickle here. I don't think he can proceed. He just has to be defensive now.
He's going to have to decide what to do next, yes. It's been interesting. Neither of them have gone much for drop play any of these matches. Little bit of air unit harass, but even that, not that much. Just enough to keep their opponent busy.
There's 3 Colossus here.
He's going to want to look ahead. I don't think this is going to go well if he goes through with it.
Yeah, he catches him
Oh,
unsieged.
he does get a lot of hits on. Yeah, and that was very fortunate. If those tanks, well, now they're sieged. And
oh, he loses.
All right, the Colossus do get away, so that's gonna definitely save a lot of money. That he just doesn't have to reinvest now.
He has a lot of money anyway, so just go home, buddy. Rebuild.
He
make lots of
does, yeah. He
gateways.
needs more production. I agree.
Makes more gateways. Then you have 4 Colossi.
Mhm.
Whew, that's a lot
Right.
of Colossi, man.
Is that observer speed he's got working on?
He is getting.
I think it is. I got the icons mixed up a little.
Yeah, I
Observer
don't
speed and
know.
warp prism speed.
Yeah, I
I'd
don't
assume
know.
I'm assuming observer because he doesn't have a warp prism out, does he? No. No, he's mostly just making Colossus from the Robo Bam.
Okay,
Vales,
So he is getting stormed.
Vales had an
So
army supply.
good compliment there.
Yeah.
He doesn't have
I
blink.
think,
He could use blink next.
Yeah, I think with PVT, it does pay to have a couple different types of AoE. Maybe not all 3, because that could be pretty hard to control effectively, but hey. And
Okay.
here goes, Vales is on the move again.
This is about control, man. Vales has a chance
And it looks
to
like
win
this
here,
time
but
he's... Right, and positioning. And I think that's something Vales excels at. You see, this time he's not going straight up the middle again.
nope.
Now, so much of Terran depends, on stimming on time and sieging on time. I think he does. I think he managed with both. He's got Vikings there to take out the Colossus.
Yeah, there's only 3 Vikings. There's 4 Colossus, so not too scary. Vales is probably like, should I attack? I think he's just pushing him. But look, he has future plans, right? Because he has adding command centers. And he's looking for the army. He has no idea where the army is. He keeps scanning,
Yep.
but he misses
Well,
the army right here. There
It is such an advantage if you scan ahead of time.
Oh,
you
he gets
know when
caught
to
on
use all those
siege.
abilities in there. Yep, caught on siege and goes right up high ground into multiple storms and multiple Colossus. Still, he's only the tail end of his army has been getting hit so far.
Oh, he's
The
gonna
siege
take at
tank-
least 3 tanks.
Oh,
the
yeah, that
storms
is a
were
huge
perfect.
loss. He is losing his area of effect damage, his splash damage, and
Wow.
WPOWP.
Hey, I didn't predict this. I was thinking Vales with 2-0 or 2-1, but look at the Harus.
Horus
Taking
is
the
full of
match.
surprises.
Wow.
All right. That was very impressive. Vale
Yeah.
still managed to draw some blood, though. Now, we're still waiting on War Bunnies. As far as Gray goes, I have not heard from him, and it occurs to me, I don't think I've heard from him at all since his internet went down about a month ago. So, I think I'm going to try reaching out to him a couple other ways, but it was either email or Discord. But I don't
Mizel
know
is
if we're actually
the
gonna be seeing
Mizel
that
is the
match
guy
tonight.
that should be able to help with that too. But
Yeah,
anyway,
well.
let's move on to the other ones.
Yeah, let's do the other replay. And yeah, we do have other people hanging out too. And ooh, guess who we have in the other one? It's Dark Menace versus a fellow named KJ Freedom.
That's right. You get to have fun with that one.
Okay, why not? All right. I think it's just going to be me, so let me get all my keys ready. Congratulations, because I think Revenant Rage just got an achievement for a win streak against AI. All right, anyway. So here we go. Code S Plus again.
No, it's
And
just
we
for
are going to be
upgrade.
playing on Grezven.
Yep, let's do it, guys.
An unexpected drop at the natural secured my victory. Matheson, are you... Oh, I see. I didn't notice Bruce also dropped some units to his opponent's natural. Oh, here. I don't have the production up, so I'm gonna have to just do this without the special videos.
Oh, I'm
At
doing
least
the
for this
video for
match.
you. I already did
Oh,
the
you
intro.
are?
Yeah, I'm ready
Okay.
for the intro.
Okay. Oh, I see. So yes, the Yellow Terran, and his name.
KJ Freedom.
Yeah, I'm doing production all night for you.
And it. Oh, do we have some lag?
Oh, we're good. We're good. Go ahead. I'm still waiting for you. I'm still doing the intro.
Okay. All right. In the lower right, the pink Zerg. He is.
Dark Menace.
Alright, so I wasn't just wasn't sure how we were doing this production wise.
Well, it's
All
the
right.
same. I'm on a replay, so we're just casting.
Okay, got it. Yep. All right. So two very much veterans doing TVZ. Freedom plays pretty much all the races here and there. I believe Terran is his worst, which is why going with that. Just go with an MMR that fits the other Code S Plus people. So far, we have a Gastic Expand on behalf of KJ Freedom, whereas Dark Menace has already taken his third hatchery. Wait a moment. I got my own family, complete with a little dog and a 6-year-old daughter. Freedom's put in the defensive bunker down. Just a couple of Zerglings on the way. Dark Menace is very much going more for early economy here. Searching around, we have some multiple Marines just kind of scouting around the map. Right now, just one barracks, but another one on the way.
Yeah, it's very smart by Dark Menace going around the usual zones with the overlords, because you know he knows there's a tendency of myself to try
Chewing
to
up the
find
rock
it.
plates. Right, so that bunker isn't going to see a lot of action for a while. Still, factory is down, speed is almost done. Both players just letting each other do their thing. KJ already has started up on his third command center, getting it ready to fly over to the third. And we have Roach Warren tucked down. I think Dirk Menace already doing a pretty good job, putting just a little bit of creep down. Dim on the way, so I don't know. I'm thinking probably some early bio from Freedom as far as the aggression goes. Dark Menace with a pretty healthy number of queens. Lair started up. Yeah, so far, both players content to leave each other alone. Both of them were looking around a little bit, but not much in the way of engagement. More Zerglings on the way. Hellions, very popular early on against Zerg.
Command center
SCV ready.
And here we are. Easy cleanup on behalf of KJ Freedom. It's only so much either of them have really done to feel each other out. Baneling Nest, alright. So, Dark Menace definitely making sure to protect himself against Marines. A little bit oversaturated on the natural right now. That's interesting. Right now, he's got his third down, but no mining going on from it. Dark Menace ahead in worker supply, Freedom ahead in army supply. And that army includes 4 Hellions that are on their way over to see what they can get done. Despite having a Roach War in, Dark Menace does not have any Roaches out in play yet, so... Yeah, these Hellions... Ooh, very nice surround. I wasn't expecting him to catch them that well. That's pretty minimal damage they got. They never even got close to the drones. And the Queen's being very quick to replace the Croup tumors that got taken out. Dark Menace, meanwhile, getting ready to really go crazy with the Zerglings. He's got 32 Zerglings in play right now with the speed upgrade. Spire on the way, and then KJ thinking something similar. He's working on a Banshee. Oh, and look at these Marauders. Marauders, of course, barely even itch when they get hit by Banelins. Here we go. Hellions up front. And Dark Menace getting ready to defend. This is nice. He's got some really great anti-light unit damage from the Hellions, and some really great anti-armor damage from the Marauders. And he has the concussion shells, the slowdown units. Very good at keeping Zerglings off. Dark Menace once again doing a very good job with his surround. Those Queens immediately coming up behind, very quick with the transfuses, so... I mean, obviously not completely unscathed, but that was a very good defense there. And Dark Menace right now has both +1 attack and +1 armor. Banshee, I mean, the Zerglings can't retaliate, but it's going to take a while to take out all of them. Yeah, I think Dark Menace does the right thing there. Just moves them ahead, takes on the workers, takes out the Hellion that was in the mineral line. He is doing a lot of damage. More Hellions. Once again, Dark Menace doing a pretty good job chasing them down, and they got caught on the wrong side of those supply depots. Of course, the Banshee's still attacking with impunity, but it takes a while. We've got multiple upgrades on the way from Dark Menace, as well as him getting some meatless ready to go. Those Banshees do not have cloaks, so if they get caught by a Mutalisk, there's not much they'll be able to do about it. Dark Menace getting some... he knows about the Banshee, of course, so he's making sure he does have some detection in the form of these Spore Crawlers, and he has nice macro hatchery, too, so... He keeps moving ahead bit by bit. He's ahead by a little bit in workers, but pretty far ahead as far as the army supply goes. And look at him, just sprinkling a couple of Mutalisks in. And sending them off. I guess we got, what? 7 Mutalisks now. Okay, so more than a sprinkle. So those are going to see if they can get some stuff done beyond just helping to protect against those Banshees and Hellions. Banshees are joined by a Raven. And these Mutalisks are just hovering over. They move in. So we've got both of them moving their air in about the same time. KJ clearing out creep, but in the meantime, these Mutalisks attacking the workers. Even as they're focusing on the missile turret, those blades are going to bounce around and do some damage to the workers. A few of them go down. 4 of them are still alive and flapping. And look at them camping the factories. Marines come in. They can definitely outdamage the Mutalisks. 1 still left over there, and it gets... Oh, it does get away. Very good army composition for KJ Freedom. He's got units that have advantages over a pretty large number of stuff. But, oh man. Just a lot of army here. 1 Mutalisk chasing down the Banshees, which, just like the things they were attacking, they can't shoot other air units. Oh, catch it. Oh, that Mutalisk just gets away. Healing abilities will help it recover. And this is very smart. A Thor, just to take out, to tank things and to take out multiple air units if need be. Army supply is pretty close now. Got Zerglings heading out, multiple upgrades being researched on both sides now, as well as some Widow Mines getting ready to join the fight. He's even researching the drilling claws. Oh, and here we go. Freedom very much focusing on making sure the creep doesn't get out of control. I don't think any of those tumors have reached the middle of the map yet. There we go. Once again, Hellions going down. Hellbats over at the northernmost base. They go down too, but they definitely did some damage. How many lings do we have? 74. And Adrenal Glands is almost done, so they're going to be able to attack a lot faster. And there go the chain loons up ahead. Oh, those Widow Mines. I mean, you don't want to... It's not nice to have damage done to your Overseers, but those Widow Mines just use their missiles ahead of time. Oh, and then use them against a bunch of changelings, so... The Widow Mines are going to have to wait a while before they're going to be doing anything else useful against units that can attack. The Zerg Swarm is descending. It is surrounding everything. Baneling blasts left and right. Surrounds by Zerglings that are also preventing any units from backing away from the Mutalisks. The Hydralisks then come in a little bit late to the party, but they're going to get their looks in too. And we have over double supply from Dark Menace. Honestly, this is not something that's going to be easy to come back from. Both of them, sprinklings of a little bit of everything. I think Dark Menace, he's got the bigger army, and probably the better variety for the situation, too. Ooh. Level 3 upgrades almost complete for those Zerglings. And the orbitals are driven away. Multiple Banelings and Ravagers being morphed in the back. Hellions just kind of take an interesting route through traffic there. Here we go. I don't think he has the supply to deal with it. There's just too much, and that's what the Zerg are all about. Oh wait, those aren't... By the way, those aren't Ravagers. I guess those are Lurkers, which are going to be even more troublesome. Even with those Banshees available. Natural is being laid waste to him. You know, he keeps lifting up the orbitals, but they're not going to do much good if there's nowhere for them to land. Banshees get more and more licks in. I mean, it's been a steady source of damage all this game, but it hasn't really been anything that's turned anything around. We are flooding into the main. Lurker is burrowing down. Zerglings everywhere. Everywhere you look. And then we've also got those lovely changelings pretending to be Marines. So, well, the game's over. And I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing a GG any second now. Granted, he is okay. Wasn't sure if he was just to fly everything off, but we have Dark Menace taking the first map. Now, for the second map, we do have War Bunnies and Green Empire ready for their match too.
Yeah, we can come
Probably
back
should
to
finish
this.
up the
And
series,
just play
though.
theirs
Okay,
first.
we can. All right, yeah, let's do it. Let's invite them in. They have their cameras on. Revenant Rage. Oh, here, let's make sure Revenant Rage is available.
Okay, War Bunny's camera is on now. Welcome, War Bunnies.
Hey.
Yeah, let me see. I believe Revenant Rage is. Yeah. Here. Can I? What's he up to right now? In menus. Oh, come on.
Hello.
All right, we're about ready for our 2v2s. Revenant Rage isn't in voice right now, though. I'm seeing if I can message him in game. Welcome back. I think so. Green Empire, War Bunnies. Oh, see if you can get on camera too. But
How do I
you
do that?
are. Oh, here. There's a website you have to go to. Here. I'll
It's
You have
post
to
it in the
remember, I'm
chat.
not that smart.
It's pinned on the FSL. If you go to like the stream channels, you just hit the pinned messages. It's up there.
Yeah. Oh,
That's-
Revenant Rage is at the store. So maybe we're not quite ready yet.
Oh,
But we got room to get ready.
wait, he's at the store?
Is that the store?
Yeah, I don't know which the store though. So he stepped away, but he's apparently he can make it home pretty quick. So maybe we should just still finish up with those replays. Just wanted to check one other thing.
All right, we got
You
Green
guys
Empire on
are-
the video now.
There we
Oh,
go.
awesome! You guys are memes and dreams, right?
Yes. Are you
Okay.
gonna man up and use the meme picture for Green Fire?
Well, we're already using that for the banner, I think.
No, we have the banner is the
Oh,
Queen
nah.
Walk.
That's just too
Keyboard
much
Pepe?
trouble on Twitch.
What?
Nah.
Coward.
Eh, you know, we got kids here. We don't want to attract anyone who we don't want the kids to meet.
That
Keyboard
wasn't
Pepe
anything
safe.
besides PG rated.
All right. Better
Although
War Bunnies.
War Bunnies is
Okay.
questionable parenting decisions. So.
Yes.
We know that it's very interesting. War Bunnies, Green Empire, and I, we do a lot of late night team matches, and yeah, there's some pretty regular instances of, I said it's your bedtime.
That's mine. Mine goes to sleep exactly when he's supposed to.
That's a.
Like
I think
clockwork.
that's a self remark there. Hey, Reserve.
Yes.
It might be.
Like looking
You
right
know,
here.
people
We got
people
Frieden on
deserve
camera.
some dirt on me.
Hey guys.
Frieden, and
Hello.
Frieden's on camera now with you guys.
Hey, Frieden.
then, okay.
Hey. Waiting for my teammate to get back. He went out to run an errand because we weren't sure if the game was still happening.
Oh.
Okay. This game is happening. We're having a little bit of confusion about one of the Codas players we haven't heard from in a little bit, so I'm going to be reaching out to him, seeing what we can do. Otherwise, we might have to just adjust the schedule on there.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think best thing would be just to finish up the replays after forcing everyone to go to all the trouble of joining us. Because that's how we roll.
Yes.
Oh, here, but Bunnies, did you want to co-cast with me while we are waiting?
I guess we could.
Mm-hmm. Here, let me invite you.
Ooh. So who is it the same
AJ
matchup?
Freedom versus Dark Menace. Yeah, we got
same
map 2
matchup.
coming up. Indeed.
Come on, Revenant Rage.
Oh, here you are. Okay, I'm going to invite you to party.
Yeah, I've been here. D1 from day one.
Yes, watching and waiting. All
Revenant
right.
Rage is typing.
So, oh, is he? Sorry, I'd seen y'all start the template, so I thought I'd have time to run to the gas station.
He thought,
No
right.
prob. Hey. I write thighs? I don't know. Anyway, so we have map 2 coming right up.
Yay, map 2.
Dragon Scales. We are continuing Freedom versus Dark Menace.
Yay. Is this the one we saw live on stream earlier?
No. No, this is one that we have not aired yet.
Oh, okay. This isn't the one we saw from Freedom. Oh no, that was not it. Versus the Sun.
No. Look, take my word for it. You ain't seen nothing like this. In the upper left, we have the Yellow Terran, and his name is
KJ Freedom.
And in the lower right, we have the pink Zerg. Up one map, he is
Dark Menace.
Alrighty, and let's switch this to best of 3. And as far as the display goes, apparently we've got people who have been mostly keeping up with this over the VODs, so we want to make sure they can understand at a glance, especially if we're asking them to update Team Liquid for us, which we are.
Okay.
All right, low ground barracks. And I'm wondering if he's going to go with 2 of them. Looks like it. Yep, double barracks beginning. Not the build he used last match.
I wonder what shape Dark Menace is in, because when Dark Menace is on, he's one of the toughest, if not the toughest, competitors.
Last match, he was on. There were Zergs everywhere.
Yeah, you gotta keep Dark Menace back. Take it to him. So I like the 2 racks opening for this.
Yeah, exactly.
KJ
Last
obviously
match, Dark Menace was able to get away with an early 3rd hatch.
Yeah, KJ obviously knows Dark Menace's playstyles pretty well, so
they go back, and once again, we are having the 3rd hatchery fairly early.
Yeah.
I'd say fairly early, not like macro cheese early, but
there's no lings.
There are no lings. The queen only just started.
Right, like it. But what?
Huh?
Hold on.
I said the queen only just started. That's right. We got families. My daughter just let the dog in again. He's hanging out. I'm actually considering setting up a webcam next to the doggy bed in the office.
Bridget, who said that? They're drunk and teasing us.
Bridget's wife. I'm also doing the play-by-play on the casting.
Right, but they didn't give a that Bridget. They're drunk and teasing.
Hey, Bunnies, did you know that your headset has a mute button right on it?
No, I'm not. I don't have the APM for that. I was at a work function earlier today, and the guys are teasing that I gave up $1,000 gift card because I left early.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a
But-
chance at a time. All right. Well, anyway, we have 3 Reapers on the way. That's what you usually see from the early 2 racks. Looks like they're getting ready to hop up, or maybe not, just circling around. I think they were seeing if there was going to be a hatchery laid down there that they could intercept, but the hatchery is over here. Now Freedom knows it. However, look at those Zerglings sneaking right past.
He's got his wall up though, and
Yeah, I think
they
he thinks
don't
better
have
of it.
speed. Oh, they just got. As soon as I said that, they just
Yeah.
got speed, but they're still off a creep, and
And there are
KJ
4
has
Reapers.
good enough. Yeah,
Yep.
good enough micro
4
that he should
Reapers.
be.
Yeah, just because Terran is KJ's
3
worst
CC.
range does not mean he's bad with it.
3 CC is a pretty macro.
Yep. Still playing it kind of safe,
He
putting the
doesn't
third
have any-
CC down in base.
Yeah, he doesn't
And here
have any
comes
sort of
Seedlings.
add-ons.
Oh, look at that. Taking advantage of the gap between the minerals and the gas right away. However, Dark Menace has been doing really well with his lane control. Oh! Well, the Lone Reaper... Oh, does he even escape? Is he going to escape? The Stampede flows right past him.
Yeah.
So, I
He's
don't
got
think there's
one
gonna be
Reaper
much
on the
you can
map
get
right
done
now.
with this. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, okay, these Zerglings can't chew through here very quickly, but there also isn't much to damage them with because everything was invested in those Reapers. Yeah, sure
there's
enough.
literally nothing that shot back for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, supply, I got 1 supply depot that's got to be repaired a little bit. No big deal. Tank, about a third of the way done. That'll
He's gonna
ensure
catch the
that
Reaper
that
right
wall
here.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, I would say Dark Menace is on tonight. I'm just leaning that direction.
Yeah.
And look at already got multiple tumors ready to spread. Last match, KJ had to spend quite a bit of attention just trying to get rid of creep tumors, slowing their spread.
Yeah, that's what a good Zerg does. The 3 factories with only 1 add-on, and it's for Hellbats. There's only
Well,
the
at least
one.
to start out with, we do have Blue Flame researching, as well as factory attack upgrade.
Yeah. It's weird to me that he doesn't have add-ons to any of the. He got supply blocked. Interesting.
Yeah. We're gonna have to see what happens next. We got another factory and a starport getting
It's
started.
quite the supply block. Yeah, so he
Yeah,
canceled
and-
them and he's building the add-ons, which I think is smart. He should have done that a little earlier, but
Yeah, I think so. And yeah, the supply block happened when he just barely didn't have enough energy to do a supply drop.
yeah.
Dark Menace again, chewing on rocks. It's very healthy for the teeth, actually. Keeps them sharp.
Dark Menace has been left to do his own devices, though. He
And I
really
think it was the same
hasn't-
thing last time.
He hasn't really exploded with the drones. Like, it's the 7-minute mark. He hasn't lost any. He only has 51.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he had a hatchery at his third, well before Freedom moved his, and yet still, he's not that far ahead as far as workers go.
No,
But
I
yeah,
think
here
he's
he is.
behind given mules.
Yeah. Here he is, spreading creep, clearing out choke points by getting rid of the rocks there. And here we go. This is interesting. Very mineral heavy, kind of marine Hellion. This is something KJ was favoring quite a bit last match. just getting the Hellions out there. Oh, and call it auto sec.
I stack.
Oh, what? High sec turrets or whatever. High sec tracking. High sec tracking. That's interesting. You know, that's for defensive structures.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's got a couple of missile turrets. They affect missile turrets, planetaries, and auto turrets dropped by Ravens. It's an interesting upgrade when he doesn't have a lot that it would affect just yet.
Nothing. Yeah, it's weird.
Well, no, he's like I said, he has 2 missile turrets. Little changeling hanging out with the Marines there. I mean, so far these aliens haven't gotten much
Expedition.
done, and there are those roaches which they're gonna do very poorly against.
Yeah, but KJ's still up in supply.
Yep. I mean, very heavy on the Hellions with that supply. I just want to hear what is it? Units?
Yeah.
Yeah, 19 Hellions / Hellbats, since they can turn into
0-0 on the Marines.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wants to stick with investing with Mac. I mean, he's got the factories.
Yeah, so this is just he's working on plus 2 for mech.
Yep, and getting some more siege tanks out too.
Run by a
Oh
home
man,
guy.
look at this! Look at him splitting those Hellions in the natural and the main. This could pay off. They are changing to Hellbats. They are taking out the Zerglings as they come. This is that paid off, and at the same time, there were some Hellions even hitting the southwest base. So a good way to set Dark Menace a little bit more back, a little bit further back.
I mean, how many workers did that get killed?
I don't know that you can't do the little pop up that tells you about it in a replay. You can't have an add-on for a replay. So
Yeah, you control R will show it, and I just showed it. It's 8.
okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, there you go. I learned something again.
Well, Dark Menace is it may have taken a little bit longer to get here, but he's on the 73 workers, full saturation.
And
So
just a little bit behind in army supply.
yeah, but I
Granted,
worry
people
because
always like to say,
this is the time where the Zerg can really take off, and the Terran. I mean, it's hard to go into up ramp into tanks, so.
Fair enough. He does have Hive Tech, doing his upgrades, both for ranged and adrenal glands, and Balin speed, so he's spending his money alright. Dark Menace has quite the bank too on top of the mining he's doing.
Yep.
And there we go, some Zerglings catching some Hellions. And one of them going down to a mine.
I'm curious on Dark Menace's thought process here. He's taking his 5th, but it looks like he's kind of doing a little bit of tech everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the biggest seems like it's mostly going to be Ling Lurker. That's what I'm getting here. As far as where his upgrades are. Oh, hey. Blue Flame. Look at ruthless with the Lings. I mean, he loses them, but they're not expensive to replace, and he's got a lot of minerals for us. Almost 3,000 minerals just in the bank right now.
Yeah, but he's still not maxed out, so I'd assume he's larva starved.
Might be. I mean, he's got another hatchery almost done.
He's got 23 larvae. He's just not spending them. It's interesting.
I don't know. Maybe he wants to get a better look at what he's up against.
Yeah.
Now, Hysic auto tracking, like I said, it does affect planetary fortresses, and it looks like KJ Freedom is kind of sprinkling those around. Or at least command centers that are very shortly going to turn into them. Zerglings don't last long, but they do get a better idea of what they're up against. Got some good siege tank Thor there. And look at that. Heavy on the upgrades. It's kind of interesting with all those Zerglings. No melee upgrade. Back now, boss. Oh, that's Revenant Rage. Okay.
Nice.
So, yep, you will be on next. This is well, I guess it depends who wins this.
Interesting.
Here. Hey, buddies, do you remember how to do the vetoes, or should I send the link to your teammate Greenpire?
Greenpire can veto.
Okay, here.
I can definitely veto if need be, but I don't think I wouldn't mind just letting them pick up 3 maps and just being about it.
Okay, we'll give him the link. Yeah, so far this one's going to be both of your and Greenpire's first match of the season. So
yes.
So here we go. Dark Meta's continuing to spread creep, continuing to take down destructible rocks, and he is just about maxed out.
Yeah, they're both. It's weird. They both have like their ideal armies.
Yeah, I'd agree with that there.
And
Granted,
they're both.
I mean,
just
one
tons
thing,
of money.
Yeah, he's got the siege tanks, but I mean, as far as taking on lurkers go, he does not have any ghosts or any liberators. So, he's going to have. Oh wow, look at that! You said a little of everything, and there go the swarm hosts sending locusts up there.
Yeah, you got a couple tanks.
Yep, I mean, swarm hosts can be pretty good against mech.
Yeah, they only have they're 0/0 Marines. If you're gonna sprinkle them in, you've got 23. You should have some upgrades for them. Marine upgrades are some of those things that are super like mech upgrades aren't nearly as important as marine upgrades.
Yeah, the damage that they already do. Siege tanks, for instance, I mean, against a lot of Zerg units, they already do a bit of overkill.
Yeah.
Wait, Yamato? Eh? Does, I think, okay, yeah. It'll be interesting to see where KJ is going from here. I mean, he does have some free supply available, and going full on Turtle Terran. Look at all these planetary fortresses with siege tanks and widow mines sprinkled all over.
I don't think this is going to be a quick match.
You know, it might not be. There's that. And yeah, one of those missile turrets catches an overlord that's been sitting there pretty much all game. KJ is going on the offensive here, clearing creep, doing some high damage. Look at this.
You're kind of walking back and forth in the.
A little bit, yeah. He's gonna wanna take some caution. And here come the swarm hosts. I think they're gonna try to target down the siege tanks, right?
Yeah.
Thors actually can do pretty nicely keeping those locusts from landing. And here we go. Zerg are on them, but it's a lot of damage that KJ and his band of Dark Menace's changelings can do, right?
Yeah.
Look at those changelings. They're just kind of nudging that siege tank against the wall. So
yeah.
It just goes ahead and sieges. So this is interesting. I mean, siege unit versus siege unit, siege tank versus lurkers. Very much positional play here. AJ, meanwhile, has sensor towers up. A lot of roaches on the way. I'm not sure how well roaches are going to do. Oh, turns out they do okay with all the upgrades got anyway.
There's also
and Dark Menace. Yeah, Dark Menace has the money to spare. Look at that! Look at that! His changelings just boxing that poor innocent siege tank in. I don't know whether KJ realizes that it's not able to move or not, but it's going to be too late now. Does lose a roach for the trouble, but boy, that was a neat strategy.
Yeah. But KJ is going to mine out his entire set of the map. They're both going to have 10,000, 10,000 pretty quick here.
Yeah. They're both going to have to focus on what they're going to use to break. KJ's clearly going to try to leverage some Yamato blasts here. and break through, but not as much. Not as much on Dark Menace's side as far as units that can siege or just bypass the defenses. You know?
That's weird. Oh, he's chasing the medevacs. I'm like, he could have just gone and 8-clicked that base with the units while they were sitting there. But instead, he ran all the way home. He's running all the way to his main base with them to catch this little drop.
And there's not even that much to defend in the main right now. The drones, I mean, it's all mined out other than one gas geyser.
Yeah, this is the point to the game where Zerg wouldn't mind throwing in just a couple air units just to chase down the medevacs.
Right. Well, not to mention... Yeah, here we go. Corruptors are on the way. You know, he knows about the... I believe he knows about the battle cruisers now.
Yeah.
But it's tricky. It is very hard to chase down air units if you're not using air units to do the chasing.
Yep.
Interesting thing, though. I mean, he's got engineering bays. He's even gotten some structure upgrades from the engineering bays. But yeah, still no infantry upgrades. But
oh, there's gonna be some roasting going on over here.
Oh yes.
Lurkers just hold position pretty nicely and kill them.
Hold that position, or
Yes.
hold position before attacking?
No, hold the position.
Okay, just curious. Roaches, they're known to do pretty well against Hellbats. But once again, I mean, a lot of this stuff they're sending out there is very expendable.
You know, he actually didn't see the planetary. He got all the way up, it's gonna be a planetary. He got all the way up to this base location, and he didn't...
Well, here comes the Changeling March, or Crawl. They crawl for a while, but then they march. Oh, and look at that. Blasting away at them.
But he sees now all the bases.
Yeah.
He's gonna do
So
a Ling run by.
This is gonna be interesting with the battle cruisers. 8 of them up and running against 12 corruptors that can do, and 6 hydralisks, I guess, that can do something about them. And yeah, throw in some marines to finish off a hatchery. I don't think they're going to finish it off completely, but it's going to be at the point where something, especially these battle cruisers, can do it. And he also moves Dark Menace's army to the side of the map where the battle cruisers are not. Although, like a good high-level player, he doesn't have to. He's got the corruptors on that side still.
He doesn't have enough.
Locusts against battle. I guess those will absorb some of the shots. And here come the Yamatos and the Armor Shredder. Battle Cruiser's regular attack doesn't do a ton of damage, but it fires rapidly, so it really benefits from those Armor Shredders.
I like the teleport in of the lone BC away. I think KJ's done it, even though
I think so. We got 2
BCs. Yeah, Dark Menace has an infinite supply, but I don't think it matters. Infinite money.
These corruptors. Well, right now Dark Menace is the one on the back foot. He's the one that has to figure out what to do against these.
Yeah, look at I said I think KJ's done it.
Yes, I think so too. And look at, you don't have to warp back home. You can warp somewhere else where they can do damage. Although in this case, I think they warped back home. Did they? Here. Units. Yeah, they're back home where they can be repaired. A lot of battle cruisers, and KJ could take advantage of that. He could make a bit of a switch and focus a bit more on the siege tanks and the Thors. That looks like what he's doing. He is making more battle cruisers, but he's also making 4 Thors at a time, which the corruptors can do nothing against.
Yes.
Turtle Terran. He's taking on a Turtle Terran.
It's tough to play against Turtle Terran.
It is tough. I mean, you want to take as much of the map as possible, and I mean, here he is again, retaking the corner, even though it's almost mined out. Oh man, these battle cruisers.
He's gonna get a couple of them.
And look at them, just kind of warping in for the surround, moving constantly.
I think all that
Here come the
warping
Yamatos.
in did was
yeah, I don't think that paid off.
No,
reduced how much he was
I
attacking.
think that's
How
a
much the time
throw.
he was attacking. Might have been. Freedom still with a big supply advantage, though.
Yeah, but that's
We will
just
see if he. You know, if I were him, I wouldn't make more battle cruisers. Granted, I'm a lot lower level than him, but you know, with all these corruptors, might be a good time just to fully ground switch and just make a really tough ground army.
Oh yeah, I mean he's got the buildings for it.
He does indeed. Some of these corruptors being changed to brood lords. So he's got the options whenever he can. Curious. So he did eventually give +1 to infantry. And he's got his he's got ground attack up to 2. And yeah, here come the broodlords doing what they do best. Throwing broodlands. I
Base
think we're
trade?
going for, yeah, a bit of one anyway. I mean, Dark Menace has a faster army, but only by so much. And the neat thing about the battle cruisers is anytime he wants to, he could just warp them over to where the broodlords are, since they do not have corruptors by them anymore.
Yeah.
And here come those corruptors. He's probably going to want to warp them away right now, and he does, yes. Thors can be pretty nice when they're 3/3, though.
Yeah.
They can deal a lot of damage, and they can take even more than that.
I think these
Yep.
corruptors
The
are
Yamato the
to-
broodlords?
Yeah, to defend the broodlords.
Indeed. It's a nice thing, you know. Battle cruiser is able to just skip the entire map. Oh boy, here we go. Can he repair with those SCVs a little? What's the plan? Just keep.
I think they're trying to keep the
tries to
planetary
move them
portraits
as
alive.
safe as they can. Yeah. Well, it died.
Yes.
KJ still has the supply lead, 30 workers to 16 workers, but Dark Menace is now ahead in army supply.
Yeah, it's kind of even back and forth ping-ponging.
Yeah, I mean, their
Dark
economy
Menace
is going to be
down to only 13 workers. And
Yeah.
KJ's only has 30, but they still have these massive banks.
Right. They can't do a lot of mining, but they might not need to.
Yeah.
The roaches again.
The gas is going to
Does
run out
take down one of
for
the Thors.
little free
Right.
for Menace.
Yeah. Here goes, and will the corruptors can be made use to? They can also take out buildings. This is. They are both certain.
I would have liked for the broodlords to ignore the barracks there and just try to get some of the other production going.
Yeah, neither of them are really going after the tech or the production yet.
Yeah.
They're mostly just taking out expansion after expansion. And the classic battle, Thor versus Broodlords, which Thors tend to actually excel at.
Oh yeah, these broodlords are definitely getting cleaned up.
Yes, indeed. 4 more Thors on the way. Dark Menace still with more minerals in the bank, but yeah, like you said, 293 gas. That's only going to be able to take him so far. And at some point, he might not be able to make real tech units.
Dark Menace only has 12 drones, and half of them aren't mining.
Right, and then the ones that are mining, I don't think any of them are mining gas right now. I think he's sending some over to the corner to do that.
Yeah, no, he just made a round of drones, so.
Yes, indeed. Getting more Zerglings out. He's got the minerals anyway. And KJ does the right thing here. He adds Vikings to the mix to support the Thors and the battle cruisers. A lot of anti-armor bonuses going on here. The Roaches, well, they're definitely going to do some damage, but they're going to go down in the end. We have the GG.
Wow.
How will this epic rivalry end? We're not going to find out until after the team games.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We are ready to go. We have our 2v2 teams for the night here. Oh, live broadcast isn't showing up on YouTube, he says. All right. Who we got? We still want to get Revenant Rage on camera. There we go.
Yep, I'm here.
Hello to our loyal teams.
Man.
Okay.
I'm gonna start inviting people to party too. All right, so Revenant Rage, Frieden, you've played your share of matches so far. War Bunnies and Empire. This is your first match of the season. How are you feeling?
Feeling great.
All right. Have you
Little
guys
buzzed.
been doing any? Oh wow.
War Buddies
Company
is on
party, huh?
Yeah, I had to take a muscle relaxant, so my
Oh,
hands
wow.
aren't exactly attached.
That should be interesting.
Yes.
Well. And who else do I need to add here? Frieden? Yep.
Yeah.
So you guys have been playing together a lot. I don't know if you've been playing as much 2v2 as some of the other teams, but you've certainly played a lot together. You've done a ton of 3v3, 4v4, and honestly a decent share of 2v2.
Yeah.
And I know you guys have done some weekend games too, haven't you?
Yes.
All right. What do you know about your opponents here?
So we watched a little bit of their stuff. You know, they have a good synergy together. But I think we should do pretty well, I'd say.
Oh, those are fighting words, War Bunnies.
Trying not to make any fighting words, but
War Bunnies is sitting here like, we're gonna crush them. They're going down.
War Bunny, like any Lepus, War Bunny's pride will be his downfall. Actually, he's one of the most self-deprecating players I think I've ever met. So,
well,
it's interesting to turn the narrative a bit.
Yeah, so I don't know. They played well their first couple of matches, but I guess we're about to find out, aren't we? How it's gonna go.
I think we should, since we've kind of taken turns on who's keeping whom waiting, but
Yeah.
I am ready to go. Let me see what we've got for the maps. For the maps, we have Emerald City first, then Heavy Artillery, and then Nightscape. 3 very different colored maps.
Yes.
So we will be putting the 2 pairs of you into different chats, and then we will be testing you.
Yay!
I didn't study.
No. It's the game of life, man. Sometimes you
I didn't study for
just-
that either.
I
I've
know.
had
Neither did
25 years
I.
to prepare.
I mean, look at me now. Look at me. All right, with that, I'm going to divide you up. Now, our team of, my Minnesota Barcraft friends, War Bunnies and Empire. Yeah, they are going by the team name Memes and Dreams. And Revenant Rage and Frieden, who hadn't really gotten around to picking a team name until now, well, they are now Chrono Boost. Intimidating name from intimidating team. There we go. Yeah, I think we've got everyone divided up properly. So far, looks like what we got is Protoss and Zerg versus Protoss and Random. All right, let's do this.
You are watching FSL Season 6.
And we are entering the Emeralds. In the upper left, we have our red Protoss. He is called
War Bunnies.
and his teammates. The purple Zerg. He is Empire. Together, they are known as Memes and Dreams. We do actually have a banner for them too, I believe. Now, in the lower left, we have the light blue Protoss. He is called
Revenant Rage.
and his teammates, the purple Terran. He is
Freedom.
and together they are Chrono Boost. All right, let's get going here. I've seen Empire kid around like this before. He's actually not at all a fan of 12 pools. In fact, he kind of chastises me when I go that way. No rush 20, no replay. Fair enough.
No re means
Mind
no
games.
rematch,
No,
right?
no, yeah, that's what it means. However, something interesting here. Revenant Rage has a very interesting proxy pylon. Maybe not in the most hidden spot, but I would very delicately venture to guess that the team at Chrono Boost is going to try for something early. Frieden, meanwhile, he went random here. That's usually what he plays as. But he's building his Terran structures in base, so we're going to have to see what actually happens here. Revenant Rage does not have a forge or anything, so it's not going to be a cannon rush. What we got, I believe... Yeah, so pylon gets spotted. As far as proxies go, usually you want it to be a little bit more off the beaten path if you're going to do something really sneaky. War Bunny's going Stargate, very much prefers going air when it comes to his gameplay. Although I can say from the work I've been doing with him recently, he has actually gotten a lot better at adding some appropriate ground units, including High Templar. So he's taking the next big step. The Baneling Nest, about halfway finished for Empire. And, well, 8 Zerglings heading across the map. He does see the Stalkers and turns around, though. Empire is going to try to keep a pretty good presence on the map. Try to keep an eye on what his opponents are doing. We're starting to get into upgrades here, too. With Frieden already going for +1 for the infantry and Stimpak. War Bunnies getting a nice safe void layout, no surprise. Oh, and that Void Ray, meanwhile, is... Oh, that Oracle, I mean. This is interesting. War Bunnies doesn't usually do Oracles since they take so much attention. Kind of wonder whether Greenpire is even the one controlling it, but definitely makes the most of the opportunity here. There's no army to defend it all up there. Stalkers arrive, turns the Oracle around. Ooh, it does take a bit more damage than you'd want to, but it definitely got the job done. Revenant Rage. Getting charge going. And Frieden has a starport coming up. So far, I mean, War Bunnies and Greenpire are a little bit ahead in supply. Frieden's just a tiny bit behind, but Revenant Rage seems to be struggling getting a decent number of units out. He's only at 27 supply right now. And his natural doesn't have anyone mining from it. Greenpire spreading creep. Got an Archon being made by Revenant Rage. And I think either they're securing an expansion or they're getting ready to go on the offensive. These Zerglians are going to see what they're up against. Yep. Turn around quickly after getting a glimpse of the opposing army. More upgrades on the way, pretty much all around. War Bunny's getting air attack. Frieden getting that shields. All right, here we go. They're going to hit here. I think the team of Memes and Dreams has quite a bit to defend with, though. I don't think the Queens have enough energy to transfuse, but they're still going to be able to soak a lot of damage and do a lot, too. We got charge lots on the way. More reinforcements coming, but honestly, the medevacs are a little bit late to the party. I think, yeah, if he keeps going, then they're just going to die as they arrive. So, Frieden thinks better of it, backs off. Creep spread about halfway down the middle now. And, yeah, Revenant Rage just... I mean, he's making some more workers, but he's lagging behind on that, and also, you know, as a consequence, behind on army, too. All right, here we go. War Bunnies is moving on to carriers, although also getting speed for his Void Rays. Now that attack, I mean, they took out units, but I don't believe they did any economic damage. And now Empire has the gold base. So they're going to need to do something to catch up or to knock their opponents, Memes and Dreams, further behind. Taking an alternate route this time. I think heading up, yeah, they're going to head up the hills and try to attack somewhere that's less defended. These Zerglians and Ravagers are quickly get a look at it. They know the rocks are under attack. They're probably going to shift around to the high ground. Some biles falling down. The infantry has to stem to get out of the way, but they don't take any damage from the biles. Scanning needs to take out some creep. Takes out at least one overlord. I think that second one's going to go down. Yes, it does. Here we go. Look at War Bunny is ready to try to collapse on the army from behind. They don't quite move that forward, but still the damage is being done. Stalkers and Void Rays pounding on the opposing army. And then the Zerglings ready to join in. Braden Revenant Rage gradually falling farther behind. Revenant Rage has saturated the minerals on his natural, but not mining gas at all there. Has not been able to take third yet either. So here we go. Revenant Rage doing a pretty nice job, kind of hitting, walking back, and cutting. And some Banelings on the way. And there's one carrier. There's going to be a couple more. Will be joining it shortly. All right, Gridpire and Warbunny is splitting up a little bit and then rejoining again. Here we go. They're getting more and more damage done. Getting further and further ahead, both in army and economy. And I think this is going to be snowballing very quickly. Lots of stalkers warping in, then just going down right away. We have our winners. The winners are Memes and Dreams. Next game will be on heavy artillery. Greenpire and Warbunnies were able to stand pretty strong there. There just wasn't any direct damage done. They kept building up, they got ahead, and then they steamrolled. Have everyone in their places. This map is probably going to play fairly similar. Once again, bases close together, although there is the extra pocket base behind the main.
You're watching FSL Season 6.
And here we go. In the upper right, we have the Pink Zerg, and he is Greenpire. And his teammate, up one map together, the Orange Protoss, he is
Warbunny.
And together, they are Memes and Green.
Memes Dreams.
And their opponents sending lots of SCVs across the map already. First of all, we've got the red Terran again. And the blue, the red Terran, he is.
Freedom.
And his teammate is the light blue Protoss, he is.
Revenant Rage.
Together, they are known as Chrono Boost. All right, and here we go. Frieden is already working pretty far along with 3 barracks. I know that there's been some confusion about this map. I'm very curious whether this time he's going to take down the gold mineral wall or just take the long way around again. Meanwhile, Revenant Rage is kind of walling off the naturals. And a 4th barracks. Oh, man. He ain't going halfway here. Now, Greenpire's doing the scouting with an overlord, so it's still going to be a moment or two before he realizes there are no barracks over on that. And yes, oh man, I almost never see this. He is opening up the mineral wall. And, oh man, if he's going to want to You know, you can just do 2 of them behind each other. Marines are going to be able to march right through. They're small enough. And over on the other side of the map, well, I think Green Empire might be learning about the situation pretty soon, and boy, we have a lot of barracks going down on behalf of Revenant Rage. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, not only does he take the mineral wall down, but he also then places the barracks up on high ground. But this mineral wall being down is still going to benefit them because Protoss teammates can still take advantage of that. look at the long distance mining of that wall going on from those SCVs. Green Empire has quite a few Zerglings and Queens and Spine Crawlers. Frieden, however, is putting down a bunker, so we're going to have to see whether that can be prevented. War Bunnies, meanwhile, is making an Oracle. He may be looking to get some damage done on the opponent's side of the map. SCVs being focused down. No, that Oracle is going to die. Okay. Alright then. Meanwhile, oh boy, plenty more Zerglings on the way. Yeah, the nearest SCV is a ways away, so those bunkers, well, they're not going to be completed anytime soon. They might still be completed. However, yeah, Green Empire has got great sense of the game. He's getting the spine crawlers down there, but while he's getting them planted, they're vulnerable. And here come the reinforcements. Those stalkers right through that mine-through mineral wall. We got some really deep strategies going on here. Queen is being focused on. And more, well, more Marines are heading out, but there's going to be a welcoming committee. We have a total of 19 Zerglings that are there to defend, so I think the rush is over. He might just put them on the low ground and start building up again, or he might fly them all the way home. Over on the right side of the map, however, yeah, we got Revenant Rage almost taking down that hatchery with Stalkers. Doesn't quite manage, though. And the proxy buildings are all cleared out now. I mean, they definitely got work done. I'm not sure that was worth the investment, though. They did not defeat much in the way of workers. And there, we got an Oracle ready to get some work done against Frieden. Although I think it has to charge up a bit more. Well, let's get a decent amount. Alright. Once again, Oracle makes this move. And he's driving these SCVs away. These SCVs cannot just go to another command center. There is not another command center. And we got a lot of Zerglings depowering the gateways. I think Revenant Rage does pretty well. Gets the Zealots right up against the wall there to fill it in. But, I mean, look, we've got a lot of expansions going on for Memes and Dreams. But Chrono Boost, they're going to have some economic catching up to do. They didn't set their opponents very far back as far as economy went, but they did prevent themselves from expanding on time. Gateways are powered again. Green Empire has roaches and is getting burrow. War Bunny is definitely going with his comfort zone, already starting up on a fleet beacon. Meanwhile, we have an SCV that's just kind of hanging out in the where the barracks used to be. Sitting there, turning around. Whatever he wants to do, he's ready for it. Templar Archives going down for Revenant Rage. He definitely was enjoying having some Archons available last game, more than doing the Psionic Storms anyway. Driving the Overlord off. Right now, I mean, the numbers tell a lot of the story here. War Bunnies and Greenpire, well, about 20 supply ahead at the very least, maybe more than that. But it looks like the team at Chrono Boost, I do not think they're planning to let this game go long. They are getting a bunch of Marines, bunch of Stalkers and Zealots. So I think their intention is to hit again before their opponents get a chance to really tech up. Revenant Rage supply blocked right now, though. We're going heavy on the upgrades. Free Empire almost done with the level 2 upgrade for melee, and almost done with level 1 upgrade for ranged. I don't know. I mean, the team of Chrono Boost, they seem to be a little bit caught between whether they want to get the economy going or whether they just want to build up. I guess they actually are going for a long game here. They're expanding again. Free Empire, meanwhile, doing a lot of morphing. Ravagers and Banelins. And War Bunny is getting ready with more carriers. I think Green Empire is going to at least kind of poke at the front, see what he can get done. And a scan goes down, taking a peek at those Void Rays, doing their flyby. I think that is pretty wise on Frieden's part, checking out to see if the gold bases are taken. All right, and we have things marching out. Marines, Marauders, Stalkers, Zealots, Archons. Ooh, and an Immortal. Thing is, the tech. I mean, not only is the army bigger on the side of their opponents, but it's also a higher tech army too. Greenpire getting ready to go to the Hive. Oh man, alright, so they are teaming up on War Bunnies when he's separated from Greenpire's army, taking down the defenses pretty quickly. War Bunnies has not evacuated his probes yet. He does fall back and get... Yep, alright, very... So this is pretty tough. War Bunnies backs up, well, Greenpire spins around. The two of them are hitting their opponents from both sides and cleaning things up. Medivacs trying to get away. Looks like, well, one of them will. The others go down. That's a very devastating loss on behalf of Chrono Boost. And meanwhile, they're still rallying their troops out. I think these Stalkers are going to get caught out on the field here. Here we go. Revenant Rage doing some nice blinking, but in the end, he's drastically outnumbered. He's getting some Zealots in to reinforce. He does have the production. And War Bunny's fleet kind of hanging back here. Alright, now they're moving ahead, so they're going to hit from the ledges now. Probably everything will be depowered very shortly. Banelins, hitting. And Revenant Rage does not have a lot of production structures left. I think he's got the robotics bay, and that's it. We have GG, the team of memes and dreams, goes the distance.
I mean, I'm looking at like again at 4 minutes, 3 minutes. That was our best bet, but
Yeah.
yeah, we just let the
Hey,
it just ran away from us.
so we
Eh,
have our teams match.
Yeah.
Memes and Dreams took it, and some very aggressive play on behalf of their opponents. That was I remember we had a previous match where where there was a rush on that second map. The was it heavy artillery where the minerals were not taken down. They were very much taken down, and that opened the door for the stalkers. That was pretty tense.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Greepire had a pretty good idea of what he wanted to do for early defense. We talked about that a little bit earlier. We felt that their best chance to beat us was in that 3 to 5 minute range. We figured if we could get to 9 minute range, we'll probably win. So,
Yeah.
that was well.
You consistently kept getting a bigger lead.
Yeah, that was well executed on their part. It's hard because once we've held the all in, it's an all in for a reason. We've got the workers and the bases, and if we hold it, we win. If they beat us there, then we lose, obviously. So
Yeah,
um,
let me add something as an
Boost,
observer.
Oh yeah, sure.
You know, I like that tack, the adjustment there, Frieden and Revenant Rage compared to the previous attempt where you went all the way around. I love it because you flew in and then you mined out, and you attacked with a ton of units, which is great. The only problem is, it was just you by yourself. The Protoss didn't show up till 4 minutes. So it didn't make sense that it was like that with 4 gateways. You know, I think your plan should be you all proxy or he chronos off of 2 gateways, which he didn't. Which means you fought by yourself for 4 minutes, right?
yeah,
So
there was 2 minutes where if he should have flowered, made the flower, and
yeah, you gotta go together because they didn't make any. You know, it was just it was great, but you just were alone for most of that fight.
What's flowering? I don't understand that.
a pylon. It's a old parting build pylon and 4 gateways powered by the pylon to make a little like star pattern. And
Right,
then you
so
just
that way
pump
the Zerglings
zealots
can't
or
reach it.
Yeah, if
yeah.
he proxied there and then sent zealots instead of waiting for stalkers, you guys would have won that. But you know, waiting for stalkers, you were by yourself for 4 minutes by nothing, right? So it's 2 versus 1. It's a 2-on-2 game. So whatever you do, you're not gonna beat the two guys by yourself. You almost did actually. You killed a lot of stuff, but
Yeah. We were Gree was running out of larva, and my production was just coming online, so it came very very close at there. But as he said, by the time the stalkers rolled up, we had stabilized.
Yeah, I mean,
good stuff.
it's just different with teams. I've never played teams before, like like 2v2. So yeah, we're just trying to make adjustments with each match. So
yeah, it
Yeah,
was close. It was.
yeah,
It
you
was
guys are
close.
making big leaps. That was way better than the last time you tried that.
Yep. You just keep aiming ahead. So, Greenfire, War Bunnies, do you think you did more memeing or more dreaming, or was it equal number memeing the first game, dreaming the second?
Gree is the king of memes. He threw some memes in there. The 12 pool in the all chat. So
Mind games.
I bring the memes, and War Bunnies brings the dreams with his muscle relaxers.
Oh wow. Well, I mean, I did notice a couple times where your army was kind of sitting there after Greenfire moved ahead. So I think you seemed in control. You were definitely positioning everything well.
yeah, a little spacey today, but we still pulled off the W. I'm
No
gonna
one's
go.
to complain about being spacey in a game that takes place in space. It's all good here.
I'm gonna go lay down. So I will talk to you guys on the next one. Thanks,
Okay,
guys.
so I will do the final match of our replays on my own. But yes, thank you everyone.
GG,
Those
guys.
were some very exciting team
Nice, guys.
matches. Okay, we have our last map of the night. We are going to finish up with the epic series of KJ Freedom versus Dark Menace. Map 3 is going to be on Royal blood. I'm not tired at all, but boy, am I getting hungry. So, there we go. There's the status update from me, fit for social media. So, this is going to be interesting since we took a little intermission there for a completely different match. But as we saw, yeah, we managed to tie things up. KJ Freedom making a big comeback with Battlecruiser and Mech. Speaking of KJ Freedom, in the upper right, the Yellow Terran, he is
KJ Freedom.
and his opponent. In the lower left, the Pink Zerg, he is
Dark Menace.
all right. 1v1. This is going to be the final map between them. Barracks goes down. Drones pop out. Everything you'd expect. I love how the main buildings get their own carpets here, huh? Very extravagant. KJ Scat with SCV. We have the spawning pool on its way after hatch and gas. KJ, meanwhile, mining the gas with 2 of his SCVs and getting ready to expand, I believe. One Marine coming out. Okay. We have his first command center down. Dark Menace, is he going? Yep, looks like he's going to be starting the same way. Going for a third hatchery, just a little bit like around the 215 mark. Honestly, it didn't work half bad for him in the previous matches, even if he didn't make it all the way in last time. KJ also pretty much the same thing, putting that bunker down. Just teching up. Oh, and going Overlord hunting. I think he has a pretty good idea, maybe from the previous games, that the Zerglings aren't going to come out too early, so probably not a trap. It's a nice little opportunity to set his opponent back just a little bit. Supply block him for that long. Reaper comes in, look around, see what damage he can cause. Oh, and look at that. Dark Menace successfully morphs into, I don't know if that was, doesn't matter, Spine Crawler or Sport Crawler. Either way, very quick on his reflexes there. Also, once again, an Overlord just kind of hanging out in the empty area to the north of the base. Got KJ Freedom confirms that there is indeed a third. And, same thing as well. Dark Menace, I do not believe, has taken a third in the triangle formation. It's always a straight line along his side of the map to begin with. And if I'm already getting to know their gameplay style, you can bet the two of them know each other's. KJ is almost done with his third command center, which he's going to float over. And yeah, he does indeed see the starport that's being built. About 3/4 of the way done now. And I think that was I believe the Reaper went down there. One unit lost on behalf of each so far. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Fusion core. So I'm assuming we are going to be going for a little bit of a battlecruiser rush. If he goes by the standard way, he's probably going to lead in with some Hellions. Oh, wait, not just a battlecruiser rush. I think this might even be committed battlecruiser. Siege tank says hello to the visitor. So roaches are going to be the focus for Dark Menace here. Already making some of them to Ravagers. I think he's just about to see if he can break through. Granted, you got a siege tech at a high ground and 2 bunkers, so that might be a tall order. So yeah, not really battlecruiser rush, like I said, so kind of focusing on... Ooh, well, accidentally sped it up a little bit. Oh wow, no supply depots lost, that's neat. Overseer spotting for the Ravagers. I like this tactic. They're going to try to bile down that tank right away, and they are successful. No game audio. Hey KJ, do you think you might have accidentally turned the sound off for the game?
No, the game should be on.
Okay.
It's just lower. Let me adjust it.
All right.
And you also have the speed right now too.
Okay, where am I? Yeah, what speed do we want right now?
Just increase your speed by one notch.
Okay. Ah. Okay, wow, they break through. Battle cruisers, yeah, they're going to be able to do constant damage, but in the meantime, how much damage are the Zerglings and the Ravagers going to do? KJ Freedom, now at only 16 workers, and the Zerglings doing more damage. Oh, SCV is also just really taking a walk from home. I hope they're wearing their Fitbits. This is going to be interesting. KJ's got to recover from this, but at the same time, Dark Menace, yeah, he's going to have to deal with this now. The battle cruiser is jumping right in. They do have Yamato, by the way. Yeah, there we go. Oh, man. Battle cruisers were very much the saviors of Game 2. Have a mule hopping down to do some repairs on that one. And here come the Corruptors. So, I mean, one of the nice things about that rush, it gave Dark Menace a lot of early warning. The battlecruisers were there. Battlecruisers are going after a lot of overlords now. Flying around. They can attack while moving. These Corruptors also, they're going to be limited on what they can do if they want to counterattack. Ooh, very strong, you know. He's got, keeps moving one of them away. That one's going to go down. I don't think these Corruptors are going to last, but we got 3 more just about to pop out. Dark Menace still has twice the workers of KJ Freedom, so we have to do about this. Focusing down the Spire, very wise move. So these 3 Corruptors are going to be the last for quite a while. And we have Overlords very slowly retreating. And Zerglings going to see what they can do on the other side of the map. They've already forced a lift off the command center, the orbital. Here we go. I don't know. Yeah, these These battle cruisers are going to be able to just get to the safety and do some defense while they're at it. And then the Hellions, like I said, they go with battle cruisers like peanut butter and jelly. More workers going down. Workers have pretty much evened out, 23 to 24. However, we also have almost double the army supply. Just a lot of that army is very specialized in what they can attack. Zerglings can attack air, Corruptors can attack ground. Widowmine getting placed, and we've got Mules and SCVs getting ready to do repairing. Okay, sounds like audio's all right too. I've got the right game speed too, right? I think I do. This looks normal to me. In these observer interfaces, some of them don't show you what speed you're going at. Oh. Manages to draw away a mine hit. Your Freedom actually moving way ahead with the worker counts. Despite all the bases that Dark Menace has, he's going to have to figure out what he wants to do here. You want to go on the offensive? KJ picking up and drilling down the mines again to try not to waste any shots. Very, very powerful tactic. Spire isn't even halfway done. And that's bad news, because Dark Menace is going to need an answer to those big flying fortresses. Now, KJ, I mean, he hasn't taken a third, but he does have an orbital ready to float away, and another one being built. Battle cruisers, that pair is taking the long way, not jumping, so they can jump to retreat when they need to. And it looks like KJ Freedom is going to make a transition to Bio. He's getting all kinds of upgrades for it. Got tech labs on multiple barracks at the moment. And here come the battle cruisers. Oh man, look at how quickly Dark Menace moved the drones away. KJ once again scanning, taking out some creep. Yamato right on that hatchery. No, he does not transfuse in time. That hatchery goes down. Well, KJ has now landed at his third base. Here's the thing: KJ Freedom's maintaining his economic lead, and armies now are more or less even. Infantry supporting the battle cruisers. Got what? 3 battle cruisers, and that's the thing: battle cruisers at any moment they can dive in, they can jump in. So he is making sure that Dark Menace has to always worry about that. Final map going here. And Freedom take the same tactics. Battle cruisers just kind of skimming the edge of the map, working their way to the enemy bases and being ready to jump away. A little bit oversaturated on the third right now. That's where the SCVs are rallying to. And look at the engineering bays, pumping out armor and weapon upgrades at the same time. So he could be ahead in upgrades pretty soon too. I mean, he already is. He's got +1 attack. Corruptors pouncing, battle cruisers jumping away. One of them went down, but once again, managed to prevent another expansion. That's the thing. Those corruptors, well, they're very nice against battle cruisers. Nothing they can do against that infantry. This time, a Zerglin does see the battle cruisers approaching, and Dark Menace wastes no time sending the corruptors over there. Orbital flying over to another expansion. And AJ Freedom is building up quite the bank right now. Is he... Yeah, those battle cruisers do not manage to jump away. I guess, yeah, tactical jump was on cooldown. So, battle cruisers aren't going to be concerned anymore, but... Okay. Yes. Thought he was. Oh, I see. Yeah, Dark Menace has to replace the spawning pool. And look at those mule hammerings. Honestly, supplies evened out a bit. And Freedom, however, is way ahead on top. He's got a lot of upgrades going here. +1 melee. Still what's left. Okay, sorry. I'm a little bit distracted right now. There's some stuff going on at my house. But yeah, Orbital gets attacked at the expansion. KJ, meanwhile, is sending an infantry squad over on the borders of the map again. That's very much been a tactic here. Just kind of going around everything. Okay, here we go. Where's the focus going to be? A lot of Banelins on the way. KJ, respectable job split in there. Managed to get a little bit more damage in. Here, I'm going to take care of just one thing. I'm going to be right back. It's only going to take a minute. Sorry.
Sarah, what have you done?
Kerrigan, the die you cast. This is the last
Okay,
day
I'm back after this video.
your swarm darkens the sky of any planet.
Okay. Unpausing now. Just got to get through this last map. Here we go. Zerglins and Banelins galore. Yeah, minimal upgrades. A lot of mines here. He is not just sending them in one at a time this time around. And look at that. Look at that. A lot of damage being done, but that's a lot of Zerglins gone too. Supply drops, but then, yeah, Dark Menace has enough of an economy that he's able to build them up again. He's got plenty of gas, but minerals seem to be running a little slim. And he is working very hard to deny KJ this mining area, this base. Dark Menace is moving on to Hive Tech. Yeah, he's gonna want more workers. KJ, meanwhile, has this bio and tank force. No more battle cruisers for now, although he can always fall back to them if he needs to. Once again, high staccato track in. 3-2 for the Marine Marauder upgrades. And here we go. Dark Menace taking a page out of KJ Freedom's book. Zergling's taking the long way to try to get some damage done elsewhere. Here we go. Yep. KJ's army lands right on those Zerglings. Got plenty of Zerglings and Banelings ready. Venturing on to creep. Gotta be very cautious. Zerglings are going around the siege tanks, trying to hit them. Well, the Banelings go up the ramp towards the Marines, and pretty good cleanup in the end. Just got siege tanks here, which can be very vulnerable if they're all by themselves. All right, once again, they just kind of slam their heads into each other. Not necessarily giving one of them a huge lead. Supplies still similar. Dark Menace has caught up on the workers and is actually ahead in workers. And that might be the story of this. If now that Dark Menace's economy is rolling, he might be able to actually push this to win. Lurker down is down. He's doing his Zerglin upgrades. KJ put in more orbitals down, which at least some of them I'm sure are going to be planetary fortresses. Bunker at each base. So very tricky stuff to break. And look at that. Between the creep spread and the sensor towers, there's very little that either can do that would actually catch the other by surprise. I'm gonna have to learn more about this because I don't think anything's supposed to auto attack changelings, but they're drawing a lot of mine hits. And here I was just telling my wife that this would be 5 minutes more at most. Shows my game sense. Alright, lurkers are coming up. They're going to try to engage this eastern base. Go down within range of the supply depots. Their upgrades aren't all done yet. But they're still well out of range of the siege tanks. Zerglings chasing down the infantry. Corruptors... Oh, didn't quite take out the Raven there, actually. But we have Dark Menace hitting from multiple sides here. And Senator flying out. What else we got? One of the lurkers does end up in siege tank range. Will also be in detection range as well. I don't know if they're both going to end up maxed pretty soon. KJ's bank is starting to run a little bit lower. And once again, not opting to do any liberators or any ghosts. Those require a lot of attention, as effective as they are. And here we go. Here's the engagement. Siege tanks on the border. We saw the same sort of engagement before. More Banelings coming in. Corruptors attacking from above. And very similar to last time, we end up with some undefended siege tanks after the infantry gets quickly cleared out. So they didn't even get close to the hatchery that time. 90 Zerglings in production. It's one of the things that Dark Menace definitely has going from right now. He's got larvae. The lurkers, meanwhile, were cleaned up back home. Changelings everywhere. It's one of those things with Overseers. It's like, yeah, they're... Even if there isn't a distinct advantage to their abilities sometimes, you might as well use them. Might as well see what your opponent's doing, might as well stop some of the reduction. Oh, and these Corruptors pounding on the orbital as it flies away. Zerglings chasing down the Marines. This is pretty bad for KJ. Banelings are just rushing in, blasting everything. Oh, did you see that SCV hit? Right into them. Just like that. Just like that, Dark Menace has like a 70 supply lead, and he is not backing off. And, well, when in doubt, there's another battlecruiser. Tumors on the south side of the map. And I think Dark Menace is ready to just similarly charge in and overwhelm the eastern base. Down they go. This is already snowballing. KJ is going with his last ditch. He is sending a troop of Marines, Ravens in, led by a battlecruiser, and trying to equalize the damage. The army supply still not too different. It's mostly most of the worker supply. KJ Freedom is down to 18 SCVs. But look at this can be another quick cleanup with these Corruptors and these Zerglings, and that might be it. I don't think KJ has a lot of options right now. Everywhere Dark Menace wants to go, he can just count on numbers. He can swarm over his opponents, so to speak. KJ Freedom had quite a lead this game, but Dark Menace managed to just hold out and hold out. 3 times the supply now. They should be seeing a GG pretty soon. One orbital after another going down. KJ, of course, plenty of mule energy to go around. So the worker supply might be deceptive, but the army supply, that's 40 to 100. SCV is rushing to repair the orbital as it floats around. And the Marines go after the Corruptors, but then even more Zerglings. 116 Zerglings on the map right now. It's not fancy, but it's effective. Got bunkers with a Neo Steel upgrade. $37 supply to 153. That's base hidden in the corner, but I think Dark Menace is on the hunt. I'm not sure if he's going to look for more expansions or whether he's just going to charge right in. He's got 3,000 minerals and almost 7,000 gas in the bank, so he can replace this army over and over. Yeah, here we go. Finds it right there. That's just command center. It's not an orbital or a planetary. And there goes the army moving out, taking out another sneaky changeling. Dark Menace sends the whole army to clear out this orbital so it can gets damaged whether it lands or whether it flies. KJ sneaks out again. I think he's just gonna, similar to the last one, just see if he can do something with this army, or actually defend an expansion with it. Okay. Freedom has 1 SCV. 40. So Dark Menace has 5 times the supply right now. Good old Terran. You can always fly away. If he's going down, he's going to take this hatchery with it. Or maybe not. There's a lot of Zerglings on the map. Oh, actually only 26 alive right now. Still, these hatcheries more than make up for that. 6 supply for KJ Freedom. 1 worker and 5 army units. Those make, or 5 army supply. That's 2 Widow Mines and 1 Marine. So, 1 Marine, 2 Widow Mines, and a prayer. Oh, and yeah, Supply Depot does come up. I don't know if it's going to make all the difference. We have the GG. We have ourselves.
Well, that was 5 minutes longer than you thought.
Indeed, but hopefully I can make it up to everyone. I gotta head out now, but I'm looking forward to the next
GG's, guys.
exciting episode of FSL.
FSL. See you guys later.
Sarah, what have you done?
Kerrigan, the die is cast. This is the last day. Your swarm darkens the sky of any planet.
Forget Minsk. Forget all of it.
When we are done here, I will return to my people and accept their judgment.
Command, we've found Kerrigan. She's holed up in a Zerg base.
I made my peace long ago.
Consider it done. For ire. Indeed.
That's it. I'm going on the dump.
Sentries have like no synergy with Lings. That's cheap. That's cheap. Consider that he got muted. Freedom! What's up, my man? Thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. How's your stream?
Not enough minerals.
That's big. I'm not betting no Hydras here.
Not enough minerals.
I'm surprised Clem is not getting them.